What's up, people? We back with another episode of Beyond the Clientele. I'm your host, J1, J100, or Mr. So 100, because you know I do it the So 100 way. And today we got a special guest in the building, man. We got the singer, songwriter, entertainer, man. I'm talking about a real entertainer, man. Actor, man, just a brand ambassador, man. Just one of them fly guys. And it's just a pleasure to have this brother sitting here with me today. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to welcome to Beyond the Clientele my brother, man, Devin Crutcher in the building.
Hey, cuz, appreciate that, man. You make me feel special, man.
Man,
I'm somebody.
hey, you damn sure
like
is.
I'm somebody
me,
out here in these streets.
Yeah,
bro.
man. Hey, and
Much
I appreciate
love,
you. I appreciate you for blessing me with your presence, brother.
Man, thank you for even asking me to be a part of this, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about this. I'm proud of you too, folks.
Man, I appreciate it,
It's
bro.
dope.
I appreciate it, man. I really do, man. Man, look, the first thing I want to do, Devin, is start off by letting the people know, man, who you are, what it is you do, and even what it is you've done. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
get that quick rundown, man, and then we gonna lead that right into tapping into you on the business side. Any contacts, social media, anything like
Okay.
that you want to put out. But I want to start with telling them who Devin Crutcher is.
Cool beans. Well, born and raised in North Memphis, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Son of a preacher, man. You know what I'm saying? My father was a preacher. As far as my music goes, man, I've done a whole lot. I've been singing for about almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
I think started early, but how I actually became, I could say, a professional singer is after I did Making a Band with Diddy.
Okay.
After I did that, that kind of opened up a lot of doors.
Right, it gave you the exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I want to pause. I don't want to get too deep into that.
Okay.
I want to stay more surface. Right now, I want to stay on the surface of the business realm.
Okay.
Right now, I want you to just basically let the people know, what it is you do as far as when it comes to business on the professional side, and then how they can tap in with you on that. We gonna get to that. That's the meat
real
of-
story, the meat.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want
All
this
right.
is more so just the advertisement of Devin Crutcher.
Okay, well, I'm a singer, I'm a entertainer, actor, write songs, I produce. I pretty much do everything that comes to entertaining a crowd. You know what I mean? I've been rocking these shows for a nice little minute. I pretty much sing at every venue in the city. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed that I always stay with work. Matter of fact, this Thursday, I don't know when this is coming out, but
Yeah.
I'm in Love on Thursday. So every Wednesday I'm at a spot called Viva that's off of Mount Moriah. So I'm always working.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just a grinder, man. I love what I do, and I'm blessed that I have the opportunity to make money doing what I love to do, because a lot of folks can't have that,
For real.
don't have that opportunity to actually do that. So, you know what I'm saying? To be able to make my bread doing what I love, bro, I'm totally blessed. But, man, I'm just a worker out here, man. I'm a grinder.
That's what's up, man. So tell me this, man. If somebody wanted to book you or just tap in with you as far as following, or you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
how would they get in with you?
All right. Number one, to book me, you can go to devincrutcher.com. DCRUTCHER.com. You get all my videos, pictures, etc., bio, etc. up on there. So you can go check that out if you want to book me. For Instagram, it's Devin_Crutcher901. Facebook, pretty much the same thing. So you want to get in contact with me, want to figure out where I'm at, where I'm rocking it, that's how you can find out. You know what I mean? So I'm out there
Dig that.
working.
Dig that. That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, shoot, Devin, this is Beyond the Clientele.
Let
you know
go.
what I'm saying? And on this platform, man, we like to get to know individuals, a little bit more beyond what they do.
Okay.
Although, most of the time what you do is a part of you. And like you said,
True.
it's just something you love. So I know music plays a big part in just you. But we want to get to know you a little more personally, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
For sure.
What we're gonna start with, Devin, is Let me see. First, let's just go back to where you say you say you were born North Memphis,
For
born
sure.
and raised.
Yeah, man.
What was your upbringing?
Man, beautiful.
Beautiful.
I had both my parents at the house, so I was lucky to have that. You dig? And my father, he was a preacher, so great upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was in the hood,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I had everything. You know what I'm saying? Where in the house I had a stable foundation, but then I was able to go in the streets and see the other side of the world and be able to navigate in between the two. So
Yeah.
that was always a great thing to have. So straight Smoking City, you know what I mean? High school I went to Central. Man, just a straight Memphis cat, you dig?
Yeah.
Just out here doing what I do. And
Yeah.
yeah, man. So what are you asking me? So I
I
make sure
really,
I'm
I
asking
just
the
want
right question.
No,
I mean,
no,
the
no.
right
You
answer.
good. You good. You good. You was right on point. You were definitely on point. I was just what was your upbringing like? You said you were a preacher's kid.
Yeah, man.
Both parents in the house. Did you have any siblings?
I do have siblings. I have an older brother. His name is Torin.
Yeah.
He went to Northside. You know what I mean? He came out in '92. I have smaller siblings, but they from pops and
Okay.
they some little kids. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
at that time, it was just
You
me
and
my
your
big
brother.
Yeah,
Okay. So in the household growing up, it was you and your
me and my
your
big
older brother.
Yeah.
So and he's how much older than you?
6 years older than me.
6 years. Okay, so that's a real big brother.
Real big brother. He was a big cat too.
Yeah.
So 6'3", almost 300 pounds. Played football and all that type of stuff. And I was small.
Yeah, so y'all
glasses
was the
and a nerd.
opposite
We was
brother.
total opposite, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
lying, man. I
yeah.
was a whole nerd as a little kid. So yeah.
Dig that.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
what's up, man. That's what's up, man. So with that, okay, you said you had a little taste of the hood or whatever, and you had structured household.
Yeah, bro.
And you were able to navigate and balance, you know what I'm saying, between the two. And as a man, what did you think that did for you as a man? Whenever you look back on that and say, okay, you got a little taste of
For
the
sure.
hood. What did it do for you to get that to experience both and become a man and balance the two?
The one thing I would say about having that experience, it opened up my eyes to exactly how to be a man. Like my father instilled into me how to be a man. First thing, you got to be a man of your word. If you say you're gonna do something, you got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that part and how to stand on your own feet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can try and persuade you to do other things that you know you probably shouldn't do or don't want to do, but you got to have that man inside of you to be like, I'm gonna stand on my own. This is how I want to move, how I'm gonna do it, and that's how you got to roll with it. You
Yeah.
can't allow outside sources to make you question yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My father, he instilled that into me for sure.
So
that
he
you gotta stand on
made
your
you. He
own.
basically made you that a man of integrity.
Number one.
Yeah.
And he a Marine, so it was
Okay.
it was all that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the main thing. I like you said that it's about having integrity.
And then self-discipline when it comes to that too, because like you said, somebody try to influence you to do the opposite of what you done made your mind up to do.
For sure.
That's a lack of discipline. You know what I'm saying? You chose to do it this way, and you allow somebody to come and take that away.
Bro.
That's an undisciplined individual.
Hey, facts.
Yeah,
Because
for
I
real.
mean, you can't think on your own, bro. You gotta have the knowledge to know that what your spirit man tells you to do is the right thing for you to do.
Real talk.
Because
real
outside
talk.
can really screw your life up. You know
For
what I
sure,
mean?
for
So,
sure. Man, when you look back on even that, okay, that's what Pops taught you, right?
For sure.
And now tell me, when you take that same lesson to the outside, how did you manage those two? Because he telling you this way. Did you notice that you had to do the same thing out there?
Of course, because if you from the hood and you are around dope boys, etc. Sometimes the folks out there can try and, hey, smoke something,
Yeah.
drink something, and then like I smoke now, but at that time I wasn't smoking. I pretty much stayed away from all drugs,
Yeah.
but I don't drink though. So, but because of that, because of how my father pretty much raised me and my mother, it made me realize like I number one, if you from the hood, you see the outcome from alcohol and drugs because you'll see a junkie walk around or
No doubt.
alcoholic walk around. You're like, damn, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, for sure.
So, because of how I was raised, it taught me that, it let me see that that's not something that I want to be a part of.
So you basically you learn it from other people.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
learn it from other people.
Yeah,
Just see
yeah,
how
bro.
they do it.
Bruh, if you from the hood,
Yeah, you
you
get
see-
good
yeah,
examples.
you get good examples of this shit.
Yeah,
Like
you get the real example
For
of
sure,
what you
bro.
don't want to be.
Yeah, man, and that's what shocked me when I see young kids dabbling
Into
into that crazy.
what you would say
shit.
grown
Yeah,
folks
grown
stuff.
folks
You know
stuff.
what I'm
Like,
saying?
bro, like, didn't you see your uncle or somebody out
Right.
there getting fucked out here in the streets? Oh, can I cuss on here?
You for sure can
Okay,
cuss.
yeah,
this,
I ain't wanna
this,
be-
this
yeah.
man, this is a grown man conversation, man.
Goddamn right. Okay, yeah,
Yes,
man. So
sir.
that's the crazy shit that has me like, bro, didn't you see or can't you see
Right.
how this can affect your life if you go down that road? But it's like people
They'll choose that route
choose
anyway.
that route anyway, bro. And
They'll
I
choose it
I
anyway,
never
man.
understand it.
Man, but you know what? That goes back to man. You was raised not to.
It's how
you
you-
raised
yeah,
as your
yeah.
own. You know,
That's
like
facts. It's how
to
you was raised.
notice that and say, "Ain't no way I'm gonna do that." And then you got the ones that didn't get that.
That's
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
100% true, fam.
But I think even with what your father taught you, my father taught me, my stepfather taught me that same thing. I got that from my mom too. That
Facts.
just being a man of
Yeah,
integrity and standing on your word, even if don't nobody agree.
You gotta
know
know.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If nobody even agree with your word, you still stand on that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've been caught in situations like that where, you know, they might think I'm wrong, and I'd be like, "That's cool."
I'm fine with
But
it. cuz.
but this how I feel about it, so I'm sticking to that because that's how I feel. I'm not gonna be deterred because what your logic don't make the same sense to me.
That's
You know what I'm saying? So I can really relate to that, man.
Yeah, man. That's part of life, but you got to understand that what your mind and your spirit is telling you, you got to follow it. If you sitting there and you're allowing an outside source to make you change your mind when your spirit's telling you, nah, this ain't the right thing to do,
Right.
you got to go with that. But if you go like, oh, okay, fine, I'm going to do it, and then shit go left, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself because you're like, damn,
I should have listened to what I said.
Myself.
Yeah.
My mind told me not to do that. So, yeah, bro.
Man, I think I think we all as adolescents, you know what I'm saying, before we grab hold of that, we experience that in some shape, form, or fashion.
At all ages.
Yeah, you start learning like maybe I should do what my pops told me because I was thinking the opposite way, you know what I'm saying? But what I learned too, I got some, you know, I grew up early. I had my first child at 16, so I was living like a grown man at 16.
Yes, you was,
right?
Doc.
I'm talking about literally moved out of my house with my girl, like living like a grown man. And people can contest it.
That's crazy work, bro.
I've been living like a grown man
for a long time
since I was 16, even going to high school. I still graduated high school and everything, but I was living on my own. Like,
bro, I admire that 1,000.
Yeah.
I ain't know that, fam.
Yeah, real talk, man. At 16, man, my mom attested that. My mom told me, she said, I ain't gonna tell you, you know, you can leave, but I ain't gonna stop you from going. Now, mind you, my girl, who was my first wife, she was 19. You know what I'm saying? She was 3 years older than me when we had our first child.
Yeah.
And man, she got the crib, you know, in the projects. And I'm out.
You made it happen.
Yeah, I'm out of here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
But that's literally a big story of my life, man. I literally grew up pretty quick with kids. By the time I was 20, man, I had 2 and 2 on the way at 20, going to the Army.
Wow.
Yeah, it gets crazy.
That's
It
crazy,
gets crazy,
bro.
man. I got a hell of a one for you. We gonna chop it up.
That's a dope story, that, bro.
Hey, look, that's why this platform was created, man, because with my own story, bro, and me being a barber, I can stand behind the chair and I've heard so many stories, man. I done heard so many life stories, and as soon as I give them a little piece of mine, they be like,
damn.
oh my God. I'm telling you, man,
Bro,
it be
that's
like
crazy work.
so,
Hey.
and it gets so much crazier, man. But I mean, right now, I want to stick to my guy right now.
See, I don't got kids.
You don't even have kids.
I don't even have kids yet,
Oh,
bro.
wow.
And I'm
I don't know why I
45,
gave
bro.
your groove ass
Hey,
two baby mamas.
hey, no, bro. Man, I'm Captain Pullout, nigga. I ain't trying to have none. See, the problem with that is, like, bro, I want to have kids, but then I've waited so late to have them to now I'm selfish, and I like my time. I like to be able to shake and move when I want to move.
Yeah.
But it's also the fact that I want to leave a legacy. But it's like, damn, man, I'm 40. I'm in my 40s now, and I don't want to be that old cat trying to run behind a little child trying to do this. So it's like, so when I hear folks say that, I'm like, God, at that age, I don't know how I would have been.
Trust me.
At 16 with a child.
Trust me,
Cause you
brother.
still a child.
I'm still a child.
That's crazy, dog.
Yeah, I'm still a child.
That's wild.
Yeah, and for real, literally though, my mentality was to try to be, you know, a father. I've been a father from jump. You know what I'm saying? Like I rock with mine the whole ride. So that was important to me. That was part of the integrity that was in me at 16. You know what I'm saying?
That's very impressive, cuz. I'm impressed with that.
Yeah. But look, man, we're going to move on to the next segment of this, man.
Dig it.
What I like to call this, brother, is impact by decade.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Turn up.
I'm going to bring it to you how it go. You basically going to share with me and the people an impactful moment that happened in your life that molded you into the man you are today, but I want you to share by decade. So we start with Lil Devin 1 to 10. Boom, that's where we gonna start. 10 to 20, you know what I'm saying? You in your 40, we going all the way up. And this can be multiple moments. It doesn't have to be major. It can be major. And we're going to kind of tap into those moments a little bit as we go.
I got you.
So we start with Lil Devin, 1 to 10, impactful moment.
An impactful moment from 1 to 10, I would say me learning that I could sing.
Okay.
The moment, because the actual moment that everybody in my family kind of said, oh, you got a gift. I was in preschool, bro, and Golden Leaf right off of in Hollywood. That's where I went to preschool at. And the music teacher at that time, I guess, saw something in me and had me to lead a song. So I had led We Are the World in preschool. And everybody, ever since then, folks like, oh, Devin can really sing. So that was an impactful moment because after that, I was like, okay, maybe this is something that I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So I know that was very impactful because I think that's where I officially, it snapped in my head like, I got a voice.
Right.
People like hearing me. And I'm looking at the crowd and how people reacting and smiling and clapping for me. So I was like, okay, so this might be
So
something I might like to do.
So you really appreciated what you received from singing.
Yeah.
Like that really
It's
stuck with you like, oh.
Even to this day, it's the gratification of watching the crowd smile when you sing a song or seeing somebody saying, you know what I'm saying? Or clapping, or somebody at the end of my show coming saying, that was my favorite song and you did a great job on it. Oh, I love your show. I love your voice. So it's always that actually helps motivate an artist to keep going.
For sure.
Okay. Back on the
For
studio.
sure.
Okay.
For
so what's
sure.
the next
No.
one? That was kind
You
of fun, bro. I ain't know. Hey, but hey, yo, you shit,
I
I
like that.
one.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. just to dwell on that a little bit, I'm big on a child having skills and abilities, right? I think that's
Yeah,
what creates confidence in a child.
I
To know
agree.
something that everybody else know you got something everybody else doesn't have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or to even have a skill nobody else knows how to do. And I really got this late in life. I was, I had told you I had
hmm
kids early, but I started picking up on these type of things later in life, and I really noticed like, dang, it's like that's where a child really starts to build confidence at.
facts.
Though that really young age when you can separate yourself from the rest. But if everybody can do it and you can't, it messes with that child. You know what I'm saying? So to the parents, that's one thing I can say to the parents. And
For
I'm a
sure.
grandfather too, so I'm my grandbaby. She one of the coldest grandbabies you gonna
Ever,
see. Cause
ever in life.
I do that. I be
Yeah.
on it like she'll hit stairs at 3. She will hit stairs like me and you because she want to go up the stairs. She go up and down. Let's
Yeah.
go. And I taught her early to where now she can maneuver on stairs that good.
That's dope.
Ain't fell off none yet. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Knock on
cold.
wood.
That's a
But
good thing,
just
bro.
things like that, I really think are important for
For
a
a child.
child as they grow. And then she rode a bike at 2 years old. I taught her how to ride a tricycle at 2. She can ride a bike with training wheels. She just turned 3 in April.
That's cold.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very impressive. Man.
So I feel like that's probably one of the most important things for a child to have that confidence. Of course you can, you know, uh, press their looks. Oh, you're so pretty. You got to give them that.
yeah,
That's just for image wise. But ability and skill takes all that to another level.
that's 100% true. Though,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? And it goes back to yours. You said when they saw
And I saw
everybody
that.
else, you the lead. That
Yeah.
right there, mentally, that strikes something in your brain that you like, oh shit, I'm him.
Yeah,
And that's what you want your child to feel like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
man.
so that's why it's important to find what your child is strong into and pour into
And
that.
proceed. Yeah,
You pour into that. It might not be what everybody else do, but you can't fuck with him, goddamn it, playing that piano. You know what I'm saying? But people would do basketball. Now you got the sorriest nigga out there playing
Very
ball.
stupid. Motherfucker can't shoot nothing. Yeah,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Hey, that's real.
So I just wanted to point that out, man.
That's 100% true.
So
bro.
so tell me, is it anything else within that first decade that you say happened or hit you like with that same effect or anything? Or,
Well, I'll also say this. As a kid, bro, I used to stutter real bad.
okay.
I have it now every blue moon, but it's not as bad as it was when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
So even with that, it kind of hurt my confidence because as a child and you stutter,
Right.
kids,
Yeah, kids
ruthless.
gonna tear you
Yeah,
down.
so I used to
Yeah.
get teased for it as a child, but when they found out I could sing, all the girls started.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So it's
okay.
like, yeah, nigga. I mean, you might talk about my
I'm
stutter,
with you, I'm
but I
with
take a gal. Watch this. You hit this
Yeah,
one
see?
little note, and they ooh. So yeah, bro. So I would.
That
I was
just
to
stamped
say,
everything I just
Yeah,
said too,
bro,
because
for
it's like
real.
you find your strength.
I
Like,
found
hey,
my superpower.
man, look here, man. I
With that, I
stutter, but
found-
check this out.
Yeah, for
you know what I'm
sure, bro.
saying? So it gives you that leverage. Like everybody, y'all can't sing though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
that's
bro.
that's that's a prime example of it, man. I
That's
love that. I love
100%.
that, man.
That's
for
that's
real.
that's 100. Like, bro, folks will be like, Devin, how you stutter but sing so good?
Yeah,
So that was always
your
an issue.
superpower.
That was my superpower. Bro.
yeah. I
And
like that.
Until I would say, even to this day, I still have my moments to whereas I probably stutter, but it's not like I said, it's not like how I was when I was a kid.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I would say like when I was in next decade. Let's go.
Oh,
'Cause
okay,
it's
okay.
kinda
We rolling on. We
flow to
rolling
that.
on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we finna jump on 10 to 20. And you look like you was already on your way into
Yeah,
one.
from 10 to 20 is when everything really hit. I think that's when junior high and high school, when I started to realize that my superpower I really had a voice. You know what I'm saying? To whereas people started having me to sing in special programs. I started to act in plays. I started to do a little small stuff around the city. So that kind of made me realize, I do have a gift. Now I don't know if you don't kind of touch on this. I don't know if you even know it. Like my grandmother used to write songs for Stax.
Okay.
Like she had wrote a lot, but her major hit was "Who's Making Love" by Johnny Taylor. Like she wrote that, and then my godfather was actually the original owner of Stax. So I'm 100% Stax baby. Like I know everything about Stax. So because I had her in my life, it helped me out.
Say her name. We gotta say her name.
Betty Crutcher. Her name was Betty Crutcher.
We gotta get Betty name.
Grandma Betty, man.
We gotta stamp that, man. You know what
Betty
I'm saying?
Crutcher. You can
so
Google.
Miss Betty
Google
Crutcher is the writer of
Who's Making Love.
Making love to your old lady while you out making love. Okay, then come on with it, Betty. Come on, Betty. That's what's up,
That's
man.
my boo, man. Yeah. So
that's your grandmother.
That's my grandmother.
That's what's up, man. That's beautiful.
Dad's mother.
Okay.
That's my dad's mom.
So you got Stax in your blood.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's the real reason why I'm so in depth with music. Like, bro, I love music.
Yeah.
From artists to every genre to you can ask me anything about music, bro. I got you.
Tapped in.
I'm tapped in because it's my passion. I tell, like right now, bro, I've been helping a lot of kids who are interested in music. So I kind of mentor them, and I tell them if you love something, dive into it.
Yeah.
Learn, watch other artists, pick and choose the things that they do that you like, and incorporate that into your show. Things you don't like, make sure you don't put that in your show. But you got to dive into it and learn and take your craft serious. So because I had her, that taught me that.
Yeah.
It made so from 19 to 20, I mean from 10 to 20, that's when she was putting them seeds. Because at first you're like, I don't want you to be a singer. I want you to be a writer. Because more money in writing compared to singing. So she's like, oh, baby, don't you want to write you some songs. You don't want to be a singer. I'm like, Grandma, I want to be in the spotlight. I want to be the next usher.
You want to be on the front line.
I want to be in the front line. I want to shine, baby. So then around 10 to 20 is when she realized, like, okay, I'm going to take you around all these other artists. So I had the pleasure and the honor to be able to say I was able to sit down with Isaac Hayes, David Porter, Rance Allen, like all those old artists from Stax I had relationships with. Yeah. So that also motivated me to be who I am and where I am at right now. Like you were saying with your with kids, if you see they got a talent, invest into it. Yeah. Pour in it. If you see they like something, find a way to make them really be able to enjoy it. Yeah. Like I know I've seen some parents, if they child like something, they ignore it, or
if they're not familiar,
if they ain't familiar with it, they don't try and do anything with it, man. If you see something, Google now, because back then they had no Google.
They didn't have no Google.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So you get there right now, man. Look stuff up, try and figure out how can I help my child to elevate the talent that they have.
Yeah, bro. For sure, man, for sure. During that time, during that 10 to 20 age group, I know you that those are definitely moments that molded you into the man you are. Do you have anything into the realm of just life? Like I know you go through a lot of transitions during that time too. You go from middle school, high school, into teenage. You become a teenager. You graduate high school.
Go to college.
You go to college. All of that can happen. So it's a lot of milestones in that window too. So I know you was absorbing all of that. Miss Betty was getting you now.
Bro.
But it was some life in amongst that time. So do you have anything that sticks out during that time that may have impacted you as far as just as a man or becoming a man, maybe? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, bro, I would say during those times I was extremely focused on what I need to do. That outside noise really didn't affect me. But I would say as a man, it's pretty much like we were saying earlier. It was the integrity that I had that kept my head above water. Like I've had some stuff to make you, for instance, like I've ever since I've been singing, I've always had labels of somebody to reach out to me and try and sign me, or people talking about they want to try and manage me. So I once think one thing I will say is that you can't trust everybody that come into your life that tries to feed off your talent. If you have some, a lot of people will try to latch on to you, either be a friend or somebody who is trying to make money off of you. So you gotta understand that everybody doesn't always have your best interest in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are really there to actually benefit off of you. So
Yeah.
during that time, I learned that because I had some managers who was like, "Oh man, I can do this for you. I can take you here. I can do that," and then nothing happened, or something happened, and then I looked up, they was had their hand out or were taking stuff off of me that I ain't know nothing about. So it's things like that that I learned at that age.
So some of the common industry things that's
Yeah.
happening that still happens today, but was happening a lot probably back then.
Yeah, bro.
So just basically you just not having the knowledge, and they just basically
taking
milking you,
advantage.
taking advantage of you.
So
Yeah.
that's why all these kids who I help out now, I tell them all, man, read, look up stuff, make sure before you get in the industry that you have the knowledge to work, because it's more so a business compared to your talent. Like,
Yes, sir.
grandma influenced me as far as my talent, and she showed me some business, but she didn't know all the business of the business. So I would tell any artist, anybody who's trying to come up now, that you have to learn the business part of entertainment.
Yeah.
Like it's really a business, and if you don't know it, people will try and take advantage of you.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
bro.
So that was another lesson. That was one
That's
of
a
the
lesson.
lessons
That's
in
a
that
show
time
lesson
frame.
right there, doc.
Yeah, I can dig that, and I'm sure that stick with you forever.
Oh yeah.
That lesson, that was one
To
of them
this
bought
day.
ones. That's
Like-
one of them bought lessons. You had to pay for that,
Dante
motherfucker.
Wilder say to this day, to
For
this
real.
day, I learned that one. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
It's
man.
real.
For real. So, merging on in, man. We taking it into your 20s.
20 to 30.
Yeah, that 20 to 30 realm, man. I know it gets real. That's
when you get
That's
grown,
where you
grown.
transition into
That's
manhood for
Man,
real.
yeah, that's you. Yeah.
Yeah,
doc.
you don't. Though that is technically back then for us. I'm in my 40s. You in your. For us, that was where it was time for sure. Well, even 18 for us. But by the time you in them 20s, I mean,
bro.
you mother about ready for you to pack up and leave.
Life is life.
If you
for
ain't
me.
left yet,
Yeah.
you might want to go and get your bags, man.
That's 100% true, bro. I ain't
Yeah.
lying. So I would say for a little while I had stopped singing. I had stopped focusing on straight music, so I had jobs. You know what I'm saying? When I was actually working. So crazy. Well, around 2007. So at that time I'm 27 is when I did Making a Band.
Okay.
So in this era is Making a Band era. So did that out of 10,000 contestants, I made it all the way to the top 10. So whereas I was on the show, I was able to rock with Diddy.
Hey, hold on, run that one more time. Out of 10,000 auditions,
10,000 contestants, I made it to the top 10. To whereas I was a person that was on the inside the house, doing all the type of stuff on the TV, everything. Like so.
Did you go get a cheesecake?
We actually had to do that.
For real?
Yeah, man, whole ass shit, man. Yeah. After we realized it, you know what I'm saying? Cause the Memphis nigga in me was like, bro, I'm not finna walk. Let me get this taxi. So, and then after we did that, he came out and said, y'all didn't have to walk. Why y'all walked it?
Oh, so he basically just challenged your mind.
Yeah. So he's like, hey man,
you the
small
smartest nigga in the game.
Yeah. So that happened.
So you the only one took the taxi?
Me and this other cat from Alabama. Damn, I forgot the homeboy name.
But both of y'all knew.
All the ones from the South.
Yeah, the Southern niggas made away.
Like, man, finna do this shit, bro. Yeah, it was fucked up. So everybody else walked. Me and him hopped in a taxi, met them there, and they was mad. Oh, y'all cheating. We like, bro, it's just smart. It's just 1 + 1, bro.
We all should jump in the
all should have a taxi. He didn't say walk it. He said, go get me a cheesecake. And it said Junior's. Who said? So anyway, so all that happened. But the actual experience, bro, was dope. The experience was dope. You know what I'm saying? That I can honestly say my face was on MTV for some months. People knew who I was. And then to actually be able to, how you sitting right there, even though he with his shit right now, I was able to look at Diddy and hold a conversation with the man.
Literally.
And during the time, he was cool. Hey, Playboy, y'all good? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't never see that other side of him. I ain't go no after parties, no baby oil. I wasn't nothing that. You know what I'm saying? But he was really a cool cat. And then being on there, I was able to meet Joe, Michael Bivins, Eric Benet. Like, it was a lot of big name stars who came in there and talked to us. So it's that part, and I ain't never had a roommate. So it's different being in a house of 20 other cats. It's weird, bro. So
yeah. You had borderline only child syndrome since your brother was much older than you.
Yeah, cause
so by the time
I got he was gone.
He up out of there. Yeah.
So I'm in there and then at that time I was like one of the oldest in the house because I was 27. I know it was like 19, 20. So I was like one of the older heads. So I'm like, bro, this is different.
Yeah, that was a totally different world.
But at that age, bro, that opened my eyes to the industry and it opened up a lot of doors. So I don't take none of that for granted or say anything negative about Diddy because
for sure
he gave me an opportunity. But the bad part about that is, now I'm gonna change it up. The bad part about being on that show is, from me being on that show, I had like 4 labels trying to sign me. And then people don't know that if you do reality TV shows as far as singing, you got to sign a contract to get on the show. But the contract shows that if you are on there and you make it to like the top 10 or top 20, after you get off the show, you can't sign with another label for over 5 to 6 years.
Oh.
Yeah, so when I got off, I had labels saying, hey, Devin, oh my God, we love you on the show. We want to try and work something, do this, do that. Look at my contract. They're like, yeah, so we can't do anything until the contract is over with. And then by that time, the buzz gone.
I was just
so it's like you got to start all back over.
Done died, your fire done died out by then.
Like, so when I got off because when I got off the show, I was kind of happy. I'm like, well, I didn't want to be in no group, no way. So now I can try my solo. Man, they was like, nah, man, we got to, this contract binds you for 5 years, so we can't do anything with you. So,
see, and you know what? It's so crazy because, you know, I did the music thing. It's a strategy where that label or Bad Boy and them didn't want to be shown up. If somebody would have grabbed you and then you blow everything they chose out of the water, they like, no, we can't let you do that.
As a kid at that time, I was like, man, that's some BS, bro. But as I got older, I started thinking it make more sense. I'm not finna put you on MTV and give you all this exposure, and then you get off, and then somebody else come pick you up and you blow up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it said it actually not only will they lose money from it, but it actually kind of a damper on their choices. Basically, like
Y'all
You
passed up
picked
on
the
him.
wrong
Yeah, you
one,
picked the
nigga.
wrong
This nigga done
ones.
blew up and killed. Yeah, so
Facts, bro. So
it's a strategic business way, but it just low down to the young man who
trying,
end up,
yeah,
you know what I'm
but
saying, in that
as I got older,
situation.
I had to realize like that. I can't blame them.
Yeah,
That
it's
makes a lot of
it's a
sense.
business
Yeah,
move
it's a
now.
business.
Yeah,
It's
and
business.
and for the industry, you can't really look for love in that sense.
No, it's all
You
about
know
green.
where that plays out is, did you have anybody to look at the contract that represented you?
Well, let me tell you, everybody said don't sign the goddamn contract. Everybody, my mama, my lawyer, everybody, but
Hold on. You say everybody said don't do it.
grandmama, everybody
See?
said, babe, I don't think you want to do this. But everybody who's on the show said the same thing. Like everybody's representative always told them, no, you don't want to sign a contract because
Yeah, that's
it's
a
like
tough one.
if you want exposure,
Yeah, that's tough
sign.
right there.
But if you expecting to do anything after this, if I was you, I wouldn't do it. But young and you like, damn, I made it all the way up here
And then you believing in yourself.
you believe it. I know
You
I can make this,
nigga,
man. I
and
can
you
win
done
this.
made it to the top
Yeah.
10. So shit, you were far from
Yeah.
wrong. Now you was on it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And he ended up picking how many people out of that?
5.
5.
You pick 5.
That's cold.
Day 26.
Day 26.
Yep.
It sure was. Yeah.
So I look at it now like I could have been a part of day 26 and them folks struggling now.
Yeah.
Like they complain about the bread, but in the contract, it said that.
It had you
It
already
was on
locked
there.
in.
So,
Yeah.
like I see them on these shows and podcasts complain about it, but in my mind, like, nigga, we knew this.
Yeah, you knew
Like
what
the
was
contract
happening.
even said, okay, I'm gonna give you a rundown. The contract said if you were to win the show, you get $30,000.
You lying.
30,000 split between 5 people. Hold on. Not split between 5 people though. You gotta pay the attorney, you gotta pay the producers, you gotta pay the manager, and you also gotta pay Diddy.
Hold on.
So he's paying you to pay him.
And them. Because ain't nothing left.
Ain't nothing left. So like if you was to like
Oh my God.
they probably only made maybe 1,500.
I was just finna say 25.
Probably so, if that.
If that.
Because you still got to get taxed.
Oh my God.
So
Hold on.
they really make nothing. So
Actually, out of 30,000, everybody only got 6,000.
if that.
Right? No, I'm just saying to start.
Start. Yeah.
Now, everybody has to pay
A percentage out there,
a
6,000.
percentage out there, 60 cover everybody else.
Bro. Yeah.
Yeah, they left with probably about 1,500.
About 15.
If
If
that.
that. If that. Yeah, bro.
If
and
that did, he
that's
probably charge for the food or something. You probably
You
must right
stupid.
had a food.
Oh
meal
yeah,
and
y'all
then-
ate
oh, yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah.
Let me pull that out and see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
bro.
every time I gave y'all lunch.
Bro.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. So
And it said that.
it said it. It actually said that. Like I the crazy part, bro, I had a house in Whitehaven and I had the contract and everything still there. And a nigga broke in the house and stole paperwork and some stuff. They stole like why y'all steal that? Like
Yeah, that
Y'all
was
could've left
something
me
you
there.
really,
Yeah,
that
like-
was like real memorabilia
yeah,
right there,
bro.
man.
Like to this day, I could still be like I could have that. Yeah, so
Yeah,
to show that, yeah, bro, like
Damn.
that was crazy. And then
but that
Yeah.
also shows how much fame is
the cost.
the cost it's like the cost you pay for fame.
Yeah.
Like, cause Day 26, they blew up based off the whole narrative.
Yeah.
Boom,
On TV,
they
seeing the
big.
videos and all that type of stuff.
Now, and I know for sure Diddy made a bankroll off of him.
From what they estimated that he made over 30 million off of them.
Oh my God.
And they still trying to work today to make ends meet. Cause I'm still cool with 2 of them, and they had to kind of find some other ways to make bread in the in between time. So
Because technically, even when you under that type of contract, you can't do any writing for anyone, none of that.
He gotta agree to everything, bro. Oh, he's a shrewd businessman. Like
That's cold.
that's one thing. Like
That's cold.
he every I ain't gonna tell. Hey Jay, when I was first starting, you be with folks and they ask you like, hey, if you get it signed, what label you want to get signed with, or you don't want to get signed with. The one label I always said I never want to get signed with was Bad Boy.
And ended up on there. And my homeboys used to check me about that. Like, see, you talk this shit. And look at you about to be on Bad Boy. You didn't listen to what your daddy said. That, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Stick it to your script.
Because the reason why I always say is because you look at any artist who has ever signed a Bad Boy, the first album he promotes, he pushes. Then the second albums he let them flop.
Yeah.
Carl
if you
Thomas.
ain't got no roll, if you ain't got no machine behind you, ain't gonna keep rolling that.
He's going to eat off you that first album. He gonna get as much money off you as he possibly can, and after that, he wash his hand with you. Cause you look at every artist, the first albums do extremely well. They second albums always flop. Like I finna say, for instance, Carl Thomas. That first album blew up. Second album, you never even know it came out.
Damn.
G Dip, one album.
Damn.
Black Rob, one album. Mace, Harlem World, and that's it.
That's cold.
Think about it. Every artist, Craig Mack, one album.
Damn, barely an album. That
Barely
nigga
an
single,
album.
really.
I think so. You know what I'm saying? Like he always hit you with
Barely
one
an
album
album.
and then allows you to float on off.
That's cold, man. That's
Making
cold.
the band one with Fred and Dylan and all them, one album.
Yeah.
I think the only ones who actually came out with two albums was maybe. Well, I think they always
That was
have
the rapping.
two albums,
That was
but
when they were rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gonna come out with two albums, but he's not gonna really promote that second album.
Yeah, he ain't gonna push his
He
hard.
gonna push this hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Unless that first one really blow him up or something, but
even with that, bro,
he
I'm
just,
telling you,
he just move on to the
he
next.
move on. He
That's
move
cold.
on, bro. And
Did it, man? He's something else. He's something else.
hey, man. Yeah, dog.
Dang, I don't wish what you going through on you at all, but you something else.
He's something else,
dude.
bro.
He's
He
something
kind of
else,
business,
man.
bro. He kind of business. That man is shrewd as they come, bro.
Yeah.
I will say that that's part of my story and part of my legacy that I can say
Yeah.
I got that on my
On
bio,
your resume.
on my
Yeah,
resume.
for
You know what I'm
real.
saying? So
Yeah.
a lot of folks can't say that. So
Real talk.
yeah,
So-
I appreciate that.
For sure, man. So with Diddy, with after making the band, excuse me,
Okay.
with that happening in your life, what did you do to capitalize off just that? I mean, we still in your 20s to 30s,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to know, what did you do to because that's what the entertainment business is about, capitalization. Like, you got to capitalize on the move.
Of course.
So even though the contract situation kind of threw you off, what did you do that you figured, like, if I don't do nothing else, I can do this to capitalize off of that?
Okay, so after I came home from making the band, it was dope because I would walk around the malls and people would be like, "That's Devin Crutcher for making the band," which was dope. And because of that, I started getting calls for shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started getting people hit me up because after that, I did the first big show I did was at the Pyramid or either at the Cannon Center. I want to say the Cannon Center. It was me, Fantasia, Dave Hollister, and somebody else. So because of making the band, they was sliding me on stuff because they'll say from making the band,
that following,
Devin Crutcher. So
okay.
I did
They
use
put that
it.
there tag.
I had to use it. I had to get something off of it. So
Yeah,
I started.
yeah. And you was able they allowed you to do that for sure. I'm saying,
So I was able to capitalize off of that, and that actually is what elevated me to start it being more active in the city and making shows. So and then, yeah, bro.
So it pretty much stamped you in the industry. It kind of stamped you a little bit
For sure.
for you to get moving.
So that's part of the reason why I would never regret doing the show, because if it wasn't for the show, I don't think I would be where I'm at right now.
Okay, I get it.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
like, even though I've put in the work and I've, you know what I'm saying, did the sweat and grind to get where I'm at, but I think that opened up that door
definitely
for me
did.
to be able to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that. I agree with that. And just taking it in for what it was, I totally agree, because that was major exposure for you. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Like, that was a platform that, that wasn't easy to get on, and then for you to make it to the top 10.
Yeah. For sure.
That was
big.
like, that was big, man. So I have to salute you on that. That was a good decision. It was just you got in with Diddy, man.
They got in with Diddy.
Diddy a cold mother when it come to that business, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He'll do the Diddy. He'll do the Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely agree with you. Like, you had to take that.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine. I wasn't in Memphis then. I'm not originally from here, but
where you from, cuz?
I'm from Illinois.
Boy, shut up. I thought you was a whole Memphian up there.
Nah, man. I ain't do no school or nothing here in Memphis, man.
Wow.
I got out the military and came to Memphis in 01.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I got Southern roots, but I mean, I wasn't even in tune with them. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather from Mississippi, though.
Gotcha.
But I grew up in Illinois all my life, man. I came out the military and posted up in the city.
I dig it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, bro.
For real, man. A lot of people be thinking that I'm from here, though, but
I thought you was
until they really check back and like, hold on, where didn't they go to school at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They go so far back. I got here at 24. I turned 24 literally like a month after I got here type. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay.
But, man, I came here with, like I told you, I had kids early.
Yeah, the family.
So, now check it out. It gets deeper. Man, the year prior to me coming here, man, I lost my first wife to cancer, man.
Oh, wow, bro.
Yeah, so I came to Memphis with myself and 4 daughters as a widowed father at 24 years old, man.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So, taking into consideration that I had kids at such a young age, I had to deal with it on a whole nother level at such a young age too. You know what I'm saying? So that was my journey just into Memphis. You know what I'm saying? And this all 4 daughters. 4 daughters when I got here. 3 with my wife, and then another one of my daughter's mothers let my other daughter come with me because I was the more stable parent. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I had missed a lot of time with her from being in the Army because I was in Germany. So, at 3 years old, and then my mom had already instilled me into it to where you would have thought she had been around me, just how she spoke of me, you know what I'm saying? Just talking to her on the phone at 3 years old. So whenever I got her, it was just right, you know what I'm saying? It was just right to let her be with me, and be with her other sisters. So it ended up being good, man. But I came here like that.
That's fly, bro.
For real, yeah. Man, back to you, brother. We getting on into it now. We finna tap into these 30 to 40s, man. I'm sure it's crazy because everybody I've had a conversation with has had children within this. By the time we got to this part of their life, so for you, man,
Doc.
Hey, I salute you, brother, for just having the discipline because you clearly said you didn't want them.
Yeah.
So to have that discipline to stick to that and not have any, you know what I'm saying? I salute you on that, man, because it's hard to do now. It's hard to get through this thing as one of them guys.
I just say, especially with what I do.
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's why I said one of them guys now.
Stupid.
So being one of them guys and being able to maneuver up out of us, they put stuff in the bag and turkey basing it up in them these days for them guys now.
I've had some claims. I have had some folks to pop up. I think I might be pregnant. I think I know. Then I find out it ain't mine or something like that.
Yeah.
So
so you had a couple scares.
I had some scares in my
so
life.
You wasn't as careful as you say you were. It just worked out in your favor.
It
you
worked out.
Yeah,
man. Yeah. I had some scares in my life. It just like
you wasn't as careful.
Out.
I get it. Okay,
bro. I've been careful now.
That's still reasonable though. That's still reasonable that even though it could have, you know what I'm saying, it still wasn't you. So I still got to salute
my
you.
My bad average is still pretty good.
Yeah, you pretty good. You doing good. You knocked it. You just didn't knock it out the park. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
If you would have knocked it out the park, you'd probably be about 2-3 deep.
Yeah, I would have a whole lot, bro. I just bunned a little bit.
Man.
But no, bro, I just, like I said before, man, I at this age, I've wanted to have kids. It's just one thing that also stopped me from doing it. I'm scared of doing it with the wrong person.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? So that's one part that hesitates me from saying, yeah, I want to have a child because, man, the scariest thing for me is these child support stories. Now, I talk to cats, and we hold conversations. I got homeboys. We talk about it, and they'll tell me, like, what's going on with them. I'm like, oh, hell, I do not want them problems. Bro,
So tell me this. When did you make your mind up that I don't want no kids? Like, did you make that decision, or did you just get by so long and then say, I'm cool with not having?
I think it's that last part. You know what I'm saying? I
think,
like I've never been against not having kids. It's more so that I waited so long to now. It's like, you know what?
I get it.
I'm cool with it. You know
I
what I'm saying?
I get it. It just you really just I get it. I get that. I get that. That makes sense though, because I feel like, just as a man who had kids young, I experienced my evolution into manhood with children. I experienced my just constant evolving. Even after becoming a man, you constantly evolve. We grown, but if you ain't evolving, you pretty much done died.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep evolving. So I just can closely relate to my evolution from a teenager into young adult into manhood. And I also can feel that same evolution through fatherhood.
For sure.
Like from my first children into as I raised them and realized what I done wrong at this age. Now this one getting a better me. You know what I'm saying? I experienced all that, man. So
practice makes perfect.
Yeah, it ain't no blueprint for this shit now. And mine was a real unique situation. But I learned that if I had the option to reset, and this is gonna be a question for you. I always said that if I had the option to reset and just still remain an adult, I would go back to 30, because I think 30 is when I realized that I got it. You know what I'm saying? Even with my experience, even losing my wife, you know what I'm saying? All things considered, I could still be this same man with my children and everything, and cut back to 30.
Bro, I really agree with you on that. I think in my 30s is when I matured and became a man.
Yeah. And your 30-year-old self can relate to yourself today.
Yeah.
Still, you constantly feeling the evolution. The 20, in a sense with me, I can because of my predicament.
Yeah.
As a father, I'm going to say I can. But as a man, my 25-year-old self don't relate to the man.
That's my.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but once that 30, if I can reset at 30, I feel like I feel like I'm a hell of a guy now. But I think if I got that reset at 30, I can take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? For
as
real.
the old folks say, if I only knew
today what I didn't know yesterday.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it right there.
Yeah, bro.
If I only knew today what I didn't know yesterday, boy, it'd be a whole nother world for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that's the majority of men who continue to evolve. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree with you on that, fam.
Yeah, that's for the majority, man. Because
I
that
would say
right
my
there,
30s too.
I think 30 is just a transition that you really feel when it comes to manhood. You kind of feel that transition more so. So I salute you, man, for just holding it down, man.
Appreciate it, fam.
Keeping
Same for
that
you too,
discipline.
cuz
Yeah, for sure.
doing this podcast has helped me learn more about you. Like
No doubt.
we've been rocking for some years,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I've been in tune. We've been in tune
like,
for
bro,
a
I'm
minute.
like, damn, bro, I ain't know
Hey,
all that. Yeah,
beyond the clientele,
behind the
bruh.
clientele, bro. Yeah, so I'm
Beyond the
learning.
clientele, you gonna find out,
Yeah,
man.
bro,
And
hearing
that's
this story
and
about
the
you.
same for me and you. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to know you beyond that. So I actually want to ask you during this 30s thing.
Okay.
Were you ever in a long-term serious relationship?
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
How long, if you don't mind?
The
me
longest,
asking?
no problem, bro. The longest I've had was maybe like 7 years, almost 7, either 10. It was like between.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only reason why things didn't elevate, mostly me. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie to you, cause when you start getting a little stardom and
Okay.
things start getting shot at you, sometimes you will start to veer off the path that you need to be in. You know what I'm saying? To whereas I can't say I ain't gonna say I was faithful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that one up. I missed it up. Yeah,
I can dig
you know
it.
what I
I can
mean?
dig it. Now,
I'm more mature and I know better and I know like that outside stuff ain't worth losing somebody who really, really care for you. Because I realize in this music game, a lot of folks only rocking with you because of your spotlight.
Oh, for sure.
So if the spotlight ain't on you, are they really into it for you, or are they just trying to get a little piece of to say, yeah, I was with? You know what I'm saying? But when you got somebody who really holding you down,
whether the spotlight there or not.
Yeah, whether it's dim, dark, they still gonna rock with you and support you, bro. So I tell any guy, if you got that in your life, man, hold on to it, because it's hard to find out here, especially these days.
These days, you compete with too much money, man. Niggas be spending too much money out here.
I'm too old to spend money like that. Like I like mine.
Hey, boy, if you can't spend no money, you ain't gonna be able to compete, man. Not with the top tier women, not with the bad ones. You know what I'm saying?
When did that start?
Man, you gotta spend that bread.
Cause I don't remember that. Like back in 2000s, you could get a
I'm gonna tell you,
thing and just
and be good. Yeah, but
now
see,
everything you gotta pay, and they want you to take them over the seas and do all this, bro.
It transitioned
crazy,
the transition started, of course, with the balling ass niggas like Meech and them throwing all their money in the club. Yeah. That's where the transitions clearly started, to where, you know, women start wanting a nigga with some
bread,
play money.
Yeah.
You know, you it ain't even about bread. It's the free bread.
Yeah,
you know they don't
want you to be able to take care of yourself.
Yeah, they don't care about that part. You can be living the best life, man, bossed up, man, plenty of business. They want to know what kind of play money you got.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You gotta have that play money, man. If it ain't play money, they ain't studying. You can be a doctor. They don't. Bro, so what?
I've seen so many podcasts of chicks saying, like, a dude that asked a chick, would you rather have a man who has a 9-to-5 working, doing what he need to do, or would you rather have a scammer or something like that? Like, I want a scammer. I'm like, they're like, for real? That's what, because he got free money. He don't make money. He don't spend on me. He don't always make his money right back. I'm like, man, the mentality of a lot of these women is just trash right now.
But it's like, it's one of them things, cause and effect. So it's like you process it in the sense of, whenever you take a woman that she feels like her value is her looks and her beauty, and she figured, you know what I'm saying, the only value of a man is going to be his pockets.
Yeah.
When you put them two together, you know what I'm saying?
That's gonna clash,
love is, man.
Nowhere now.
What's love got to do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that don't go. He don't got to love her. All he got to do is spend some.
And that's
she ain't
also
gotta
the reason
him.
why a lot of men scared to get married these days.
For sure, bro. It's because it's a dangerous situation.
It's like, what I'm benefiting off of this?
Yeah, you really got to ask yourself.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if things don't work out, you gonna get everything. You gonna get the house, the cars.
I gotta fight you for the shit I already had.
That was mine. That I done paid for. Yeah, bros. That make
Especially if you
wanna
was
think.
just a trophy piece, like you just look good anyway.
That's it.
Yeah. And now you gone. Now you want me to just take care of you for the rest of your life.
Life.
And
Like you
then
my
get
child.
married again to another nigga and do the same. Girl, if you don't get your ass.
Hey, bro, that shit crazy to me, cuz. Every time I look at that, I'm like, see, that's one reason why I do not want to get married, because it's like, if you marry a joint and starting all sweet and cool,
Yeah, it might be
everything,
cool. She might get tainted along the way.
And then
She
one of her
must
friends
get tainted along the way. Cause you know, hey, I hate to say it, man, but it's some niggas, man, they got their bitch bought up off of. Like they were cool, and then next thing you know, a nigga with that bread say, "Hey, man, look, you come over here, you can get this, and
I
that."
take care of you.
Man,
I give you these Birkins.
Yeah, she gone.
But he ain't bought me no Birkins, so
man, she gone.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I'm
all
saying?
about the dollar, bro. It's sad these days. And like it's like, I don't think we will ever have that grandma.
Oh yeah,
granddaddy kind of love that was together for 50 years,
yeah,
75 years and stuff like that no more.
Man, it's crazy. I literally spoke on that talking to my wife one time about my grandmother and grandfather's love for each other, and I was like, he would just. Even though he did, my grandfather had other kids and everything, right?
She stayed.
But I said, even and she stayed, but I said one thing I ain't never see him do nothing but love my grandma.
Yeah.
She was never walking around miserable and salty. Man, she
knew what it was.
If not, and I said, no matter what he done, I still can't say that I seen that nigga not love my grandmother.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It like, I told a chick one time, she was like, why do men cheat? And I was like, look, we don't cheat for love. Yeah. We cheat just to get this little nut off and be done with it. Whereas when y'all cheat, y'all done had conversation, y'all got emotional attachments to them. To whereas I can knock a chick off tomorrow and see her out and don't think too.
And you can check her, say, somebody done did this to you. Quit playing.
Yeah.
It done happened to you in your time. A nigga done knock you down and don't even remember your name.
Facts.
For sure.
Like men don't have that kind of attachment to it. But that's why I look at, like, back then, the women seem to be a little bit more stronger or more headstrong, to whereas I know he loved me. I understand he a man.
They'll hit you with the main line. They say he take care of home.
You take care of home.
That was the thing.
I ain't got to worry about nothing.
She ain't got to even go to work. She ain't got to do nothing but do what the house call for her to do.
And see, and that's another problem. See, like, a chick could be like, I want a man to be like that, but yet you won't do what she was doing. She used to cook, clean, and do everything in the house.
Yeah, grandma.
Y'all just want to lay there.
Man ain't even had to run his own water messing around with grandma now.
I'm thirsty, Evelyn.
Yeah, she already knew
got the water coming.
Yeah, she already had him already ready.
These days, hey, I'm thirsty. Okay, well, get your ass up, get you some water then.
What's wrong with your feet?
Yeah, what's wrong with your feet? So that wasn't. We all
and
on topic, but
and give me some play money.
Yeah,
man, cut it out, man.
Yeah, bro. So that's the crazy part about this dating game these days, bro. It's just a different world, man. And then there's so many dynamics of relationships these days. So it's really like, man, you pick your poison or you create it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I met a chick maybe a year or two ago who said she was open to polygamy. Yeah. I was like, that's cool, but then it's like, I ain't finna fall for this shit, cause then as soon as the nigga bring a chick who a little bit better than you, you gonna get in your feelings, then it's gonna go left. So it's man, nah, I ain't falling for that. You think you slick? Or say, go get us one then. Go get us one. You pick her and bring her. If you really down for it, create it. Create it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, create that real. If you really down, cause y'all can find them. It'll be hard for me to go and say, jump in. Yeah. But you can go and say, hey, that's 100%. I love it over here. You should come with us. And a woman to take your word before she take mine. I look like a pimp when I approach her. That's true. That's 100% I would look like a straight up pimp when I approach you. You know what I'm saying? You got something behind you. You trying to traffic me or something. Yeah, but if the woman show up, then that's another ball game. Yeah. She might believe it like, oh, okay. If you cool. Let me see what's up over there. If she cool with it, okay, it might be all right. This nigga that damn good? You ready to share with me? Yeah, come on over here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's real, that bro.
Man, I just had to throw that in the air, man. We're gonna get back to it.
Let's throw that alley.
You know what
I'm
saying?
gonna talk it. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, man.
I
So
rock with it.
back with you, man. I know I asked you the question about that's how we got that far. We got all the way to polygamy. Actually, had you been in a long-term relationship. So, and you already explained like what happened with that. I was just curious to be able to keep that discipline over time, you know. But you did have a relationship with a lady that lasted possibly 10 years.
Yeah, it was a while.
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Did y'all actually live together at this during that time? Any time in that time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was an experience. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I will also tell most guys, if you are interested in being with a person, take the time to live with them, because you never know who a person really is until you live with them. Like, a person gonna always show you that representative, and you gonna think the house is always clean because she know your ass is coming over there at 7, so she done clean the house up by 5 to make sure it's clean. But you start staying with her, you start seeing the drawers on the cabinet and things all around. She don't put place up, so
kitchen nasty, all that,
so it's all that type of shit. So you gotta really take that time to really. It's like I was saying, as far as like a hobby or talent, you gotta dive into it.
It takes skill. You gotta pour into it.
You gotta pour into it and actually see where it goes. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta pour into it.
You will really learn who a person is by staying with them. I tell all my homeboys, if you want to learn who a chick really is, take on a road trip.
Yeah.
Reason why I say that, because it's just you and her in the car stuck together, can't go nowhere else. So it's just me and you. So either I'm gonna learn that you impatient, I'm gonna learn either you fun.
Take on a long ride.
Take a long ride, about
2
or 3 hours.
Are you gonna sleep the whole ride? What are you gonna do? You got some conversation?
Yeah. Are we gonna be able to talk? Are we gonna be able to really converse and have fun? Or are you gonna start sitting here complaining about everything? Or you'll really see who that person really is, bro. Because I did that twice. And
road trips tell a lot about a person, for sure.
Even your homeboys. You take one of them niggas on the road trip, you like, oh, I ain't hanging with that nigga no more. That nigga, that crazy. That gas ass nigga, man. Yeah, so you'll learn a whole lot about a person on a road trip. So
nigga taking shoes off, funk the car.
Like, come on, cuz. What you got, man? That athlete throat, nigga. Yeah.
That's fucking
shit crazy, bro. So
I can dig that, though, for real. That the road trip says a lot about a person, for real.
Yeah.
Asking to drive, she really gonna show
See, you see, I'm sleeping. I'm here trying to fight, trying to stay awake.
Yeah, you don't even want to drive.
I'm fine.
That shows she ain't gonna help. She ain't gonna be no help.
Facts.
She ain't gonna be no help to a nigga, for real.
You ain't no good teammate.
Damn right.
Yeah, bro. So, but yeah, man.
That relationship thing just different, man. Moving on from that, man. We still in our 30s to 40s, man. Let's get that out the way, and then we're gonna move on, because I know we got a little time to get it all in.
For sure.
So we're gonna go to them 30s to 40s, man. What is it seems like you probably been smooth sailing, man. I mean, I mean, I don't want to take nothing away from you as a man, but it just seems like when you ain't got no kids,
life is
so, and then ain't got no significant other, that no obligation to a significant other. I'm gonna say that because I ain't gonna say you ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But just the obligation in a relationship, or the requirements of a relationship, man, it just seemed like that's just a smooth ride. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? At night, you always want somebody to lay beside. You know what I mean? So it's at this age, not having kids, it just allows me to have a lot of freedom. You know what I'm saying? To whereas if I decide to go out of town tomorrow, I can dip. You know what I'm saying? And then I look at, even if I would have had my kids early, and around this time they already 18, 20, doing their thing, I think around this age is when we supposed to have that freedom to enjoy life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Mine having them early has its downside, but having them early has its perks because it's like when I tell you it feel good for all my kids to be grown.
Yeah, bro. Said that's
Like man,
that's my thing, bro. Like I always feel like if I would have had kids, I would have rather had them at least by 1920.
yeah,
Because around this time, it can be my friend.
Yeah.
That's my
You can
little partner
relate
now.
now. You
Yeah,
can relate
we
to
gonna
their
hang
life.
out, we
You
can
can
do-
help them
yeah.
through real life situation. All
Facts.
that. Yeah.
So that's the thing that I've always looked at. Also, is like if I was to had them, I would have rather had them at a early age, like in my 20s, compared to trying to have one now. You know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure,
So, yeah, man.
And that's even if you was to get in a relationship, because just say you get in a relationship, and if she's not 40, she's say in her 30s, it's really a tough time to raise children right now.
Especially right now, bro.
Yeah, like in this day and age itself, like me raising my kids was in a different day and age than myself, but I can say that I'm glad mine grown out of this.
Yeah, bro. It's hard these days. I was looking at
It's tough, man.
as they call them, YNs. They
Ooh-wee.
different. They ain't like us, bro.
Yeah, they different,
They just
man.
high heads. But I saw this podcast. I guess it was a podcast or whatever it's called, where this guy was saying that a main problem that he can sense with these YNs is that a lot of them were raised only by women. So a lot of them are super emotional.
Yeah.
To whereas at
That's
least
facts.
we had men in our lives that were able to
Help
install
us manage
integrity,
that.
to manage our emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like when you, I remember when you would get hurt, be a man.
Yeah, quit crying.
Quit crying.
That's
Be a
enough.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my mama was like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
bruh.
even so, it's some mothers that was like that.
That
My
had to
mom
be
was
tough.
like that
Yeah.
just from her upbringing, right? So I had that, shut up, quit crying, woo woo, already from a woman standpoint too. But it has a different effect with a man as an example to show you, no, this is what we do.
This is what we do, doc.
You know what I'm saying? Mama can say quit crying, but mom, I heard you crying. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I see you cry. You know what I'm saying?
Extremely
Yeah,
emotional.
I done seen you emotional, yelling on the phone or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, you're going to pick those type of reactions up.
Yeah.
And I've even had conversations with clients, man, that talk about, their upbringing and it just kicking in like, damn, man, I was doing some whole shit. Like, and not even consciously. Like, he was saying, like, he said he used to be, one of my clients, he was telling me about how he used to be in a relationship, and his mama was real quick at the mouth with men coming, as he came up. And, as with his mom, and, every man he said how she would just handle him a certain way with the mouth. So he said he found himself
Find a chick who like that.
with a chick that might try that, and he going, not knowing, he not taking this as, this is a female trait. He just think he's slick as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, basically, like, my mama was popping off like this. I got you. So he basically done calculated if he was the man, what he would be saying back to his mama. So whenever he crossed that type of woman, he, instead of him being because we in the conversation,
diffuser.
yeah, or like my thing, I said if I was in there, he told me something she had said to him, and I said my first thing out of my mouth, and my wife said to me is, "Who you think you talking to?" I wouldn't even I couldn't even respond to it. Who you think you talking to, man? Like where, so he was like, that's what he should have been saying. Instead, he
going
reacted.
back and forth.
Yeah, he said, man, it took me a long time to realize I was on some other shit.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
I was like, dang, man. But he said, learning those things over time, but he just was talking about having a father. His father was a straight gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But he probably wasn't there. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
but his father wasn't in the house. Yeah, he in the house with his mama. But he never really saw that relationship. He just knew his daddy was a gangster.
Yeah.
His daddy showing him everything he don't need to see in the street side. His daddy pimping, selling dope. You know what I'm saying? He's seeing that on that side. But when he go home, he's seeing his mama. So he ain't really getting a good example either way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he had to find that balance. He just had to understand, like, He said he done seen, just crazy stuff from his daddy's side, but then crazy stuff from his mama, from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
So just navigate through life, and that's why it goes back to the question I asked you, to have that balance, like to have both parents in the house, father a Marine, father a preacher, you know what I'm saying, mama a woman, a lady, you know what I'm saying? Like you get an example of that at an early age and understand the dynamics of that, you can navigate through life a whole nother way.
It shows you how to move, bro.
Yeah, you even treat women different from understanding that dynamic. You know
that
what I'm saying?
part there too.
For real.
That's a major part, because I was always taught how to be a gentleman.
Yeah, for sure.
How to show chivalry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
always be a charmer. That's what my grandpa told me before. Always be a charmer.
Relax.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. Hey, look, hey, and it's funny that I say that, right? You know they got the little group on Facebook.
And we
dating the same guy.
Oh yeah, bro. That's crazy.
Why they
thank God I ain't been on there yet.
Nah, why they play with your boy and put me on there?
For real?
Yeah, but guess what they put? Friendly and married. That I am, baby. That I am. Somebody put me up anonymous. Nothing negative came behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guess what? I was on there for about 2-3 days, and then somebody went looking. I'm gone. They done took me out. So it was just basically somebody reaching for information. But I said that to say this. My grandfather always said, always be charming. A woman ain't going to never say I ain't friendly. Yeah, I'm going to be. Rather in the presence of my wife and everything, she know that. Yeah. I'm never finna be sideways and catty to no woman. That's just not in me.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
I've heard, I got some partners of mine who done been put on there. I don't know if I've been on there or not.
Yeah, you would be surprised.
Yeah, bro.
You'd be surprised.
And it's been some solid cats, because now I'm hearing you've been on there.
Yeah, they just reaching though. Yeah, I think mine, I really feel like mine stem from, I went live for the first time at the event I told you with my girl Faye. Check her food truck out, Honey Hot Fish and Grits. So it was her soft opening, and it was her first day, so I was out there doing my thing. So I went live for the first time on Facebook, and I done maxed out on the followers or whatever. So it's a lot of people on here I don't know.
Yeah.
So while I'm on there, people jumping in, complimenting, hard eyed, woo woo, ooh, you fine, ooh, ooh. So I really felt like a day or so after that, who I was on there. Yeah, I think that's what happened. They just took that and took a chance. Let's see about him.
Yeah.
Threw me in there. Nothing being said, took me back off. It literally, I think somebody laughed at it. They said somebody liked it. 2 people liked it, but nothing. I never got any comments that came back my way. You know what I'm saying? And then when they went looking for me, like I said, a day or so later, I was gone. So I'm like, shit, that's all right with me. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, I had never been in nothing like that. I done heard all kind of stories. I heard people buy their way back up off pages and shit.
For real?
Yeah, I done had
that's
niggas.
Crazy work there.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like
I gotta keep my
a female can put them in it, and the female who was managing the page would basically extort them to get them up off of it. But this was on Instagram story, like. Your ad popping up on stories, like they put your info.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, so I know a couple niggas that had to pay to get took down.
Crazy part is I can see a motherfucker doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to get off here? You got to pay me.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it ain't her. It's other people putting you in it, just like that. Like the old lady said, it's just other people. Like put this nigga up there. He did. Me and him messing around. Boom, throw you up in there and say, "Oh, somebody said they messing around with you." Or woo woo.
Dang.
Man, it was terrible.
Damn.
To my nigga paying their way up off of it.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But I can really see
it happening.
I mean, your name is all you get.
That's it.
So if somebody throwing smut and smearing your name, you gotta find a way to kind of clear it up, or to at least ease a little bit of attention. Then if you got a situation that you working on,
or you got a woman at home, they was doing all that.
That can mess a nigga house up. And then also women lie.
Yeah, women will play. That's why I said, see,
women will lie, bro.
Man, my wife has said that, man, we wouldn't be paying for nothing to get took down now. Like if somebody did,
because
you can play this game.
Your house is solid.
Yeah, people
as long
play
as you
that
and your girl
game.
solid,
Yeah.
they can do all that type of shit. But
Yeah,
bro,
because she the one who told me about the face. Even though she ain't on Facebook, I think my daughter and her friends saw it.
somebody done probably.
But it wasn't never nothing. It didn't rock the
Yeah.
boat at home at all. She was just like, "Who you done made mad or something?" Nobody. I don't know what they talking about, but all they said was friendly and married. I said that don't sound like nobody mad to me.
Yeah.
They just sound like they describe me pretty well.
Bro. That's
Yeah,
me.
that's me, man. That's me, man. You know what's up?
Yeah,
Say
bro.
old friendly ass nigga.
I can see her saying that too. Hey, bro, it's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, women lie.
Oh, they'll
lot,
play a
bro.
game,
They'll
especially
lie.
whenever
Like,
you
popping, if you got any kind of juice,
yeah.
women will lie on you, bro. Like, I had chicks to be, I'm going to tell you a story
Yeah, I'm
that
listening.
happened. So
I'm with
I was singing at this club called The Oi. And I have female friends who I'm cool with. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sad shit or nothing like
I'm
this.
with
So
you.
while I'm performing, it's a chick at a table with all her friends, right? They in there talking and shit. And my homegirl sitting right beside them in the next table. So the girl watching me sing and shit, and all her friends like, damn, Devin fine. And she like, yeah, girl, I used to fuck on Devin. Yeah, girl, I done been in his house, big dick, everything. Then called her. And so everybody like, girl, for real. So my homegirl sitting beside her, and she pretty much know everybody who I rock with. Like,
That's your
my dog.
homegirl. Yeah.
So even if I'm in the streets, hey, I tell her, hey man. So anyway, so she was sitting right beside her and heard it. And on my break, she said, hey, Devin. I'm like, what up, dog? She like, hey, you know that girl right there? I'm like, no, who the fuck is that? She like, you don't know her? I'm like, bruh, you know me. I don't know who that chick is. So she was like, she was there telling everybody y'all done fucked and done did this. She done said, you got a big house in Germantown. She said, I stay in Whitehaven. like, why the fuck? So I went to the table. So I'm going to say how smooth shit I did. I said, so at my shows, if you ever go to my shows, I pretty much speak to everybody, every table. I go to each table turn, you know what I'm saying, speak to everybody. So I went to the table like, how you ladies doing? They're like, hey. So I said, and your name is? And your name is? And your name is? And your name is? Thank y'all. It was nice finally seeing y'all and meeting y'all. Y'all have a good. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of the show. So all her friends started looking at her. Girl, he just playing. Girl, I don't know you. Like,
so now she looking like they like.
yeah,
why didn't
like,
he greet you different?
Yeah, he acting like he don't even know you, girl. Yeah, bro. So that was an opening to me that.
They'll put your name, your name mess around me in the joint. Yeah, they'll do that because
they'll do that, bro.
Like you said, we go back to that self-esteem thing. Like some women, that's how they feel good. They feel like the more niggas try to holler at them, the finer they are.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
bro.
or the more niggas they done met. Oh, I used to, cause they'll try to devalue you based off that too now.
For real.
They'll use that to devalue. Like you said, they say, ooh, he fine. Girl, I used to mess with him. Hold on, baby. Let me get mine. You know what I'm saying? Don't mess up my whole flow.
For real,
you know,
bro.
they giving me props. So it be that.
I'm gonna tell you something else I hate. I don't know. I know this one probably happen to you before. Hey, you had a chick who you tried to talk to a long time ago. Nothing happened.
Uh-huh.
Then years later, you meet this other chick. Start talking to her, but then she said, "Oh,
I
you
used
to
to
talk to
talk
one
to
of my friends."
Girl,
Bitch, I just had a conversation
Yeah.
with her. Like, we ain't
Yeah.
they go on no dates or nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, so that always just
That
blow
just
my
blows my
mind,
mind.
bro.
But
Yeah, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you how it goes vice versa though. If that can happen, right?
Yeah.
You talk to one of them, and then that your name don't come up in between them, and she start talking to you and find out later.
Oh,
If she want it, she don't care.
Girl, not at all.
She gonna tell her, girl, that was so long ago. They just play that on the surface.
Yeah.
But whenever they really want to do it, they gonna be like, girl, was y'all for real? You know what I'm saying?
Y'all for real?
For
like,
real. Did you really, you know what I'm saying? Did you
Yeah.
like them? They want to know that because they know what they want to do. I seen a clip. Crazy thing, I just seen a clip. The girl come up out the closet. The one girl walk in the bedroom. Her friend come up out the closet. And she said, girl, I'm sorry. Then she said, no, what? I'm really not sorry because, you know, I used to mess with him first and I brought you over here and you started talking to him. So, no, I ain't sorry. And jumped back in the bed.
Ooh,
I was like, I literally just saw this like today or yesterday, man.
That's
like, it was some young
wild.
girls, but she walk in the room, thinks she done caught him. But dude laying in the bed. Old girl come up out the closet. She was like you
yeah.
dirty bee, woo, woo. And she was like, you know, I'm sorry. Then she like, you know what? I ain't sorry. And climbed back over dude, got back in the bed under the cover, and started telling her I ain't sorry because, you know, I used to mess with him first, and I brought you over here, and you gonna start talking to him. So they went from messing with him, he getting a relationship with her, then she started back messing with him while they together. She like, I ain't sorry. And old girl was like, but you was, she didn't want to hear none of that. Girl, I'm back in the bed. You take it how you want to.
Bye.
I literally just saw that today, but
bro.
that just goes to show the difference.
Yeah.
People just balance that how they want to balance it.
Yeah.
Motherfucker ain't passing up on nothing good if they want it. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts, girl.
For real. You might have messed with the nigga when the nigga was in the streets. Oh, this nigga done got himself together. Girl, they ain't the same nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We evolve. We continue to evolve. You mess around, mess with me back in my 20s, like I said, if I mess you back in my 20s, then I meet your friend 20 years later. Girl, that don't count for nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? And if she want it, it
bro.
don't matter. She gonna let it slide anyway. She gonna be like, girl, look, you remember you used to talk to him, girl, me and him together now. They ain't gonna be studying.
And I love him.
Yeah, and he ain't the same.
Yeah.
He ain't no nigga you told me about.
Yeah, you told me all that. That ain't him, girl. He didn't change. He met Jesus.
For real, girl. He in church. I'm telling you. For real, bro. But moving right along, bro. Dang, we ain't even getting nothing out the 30s and 40s, bro, because I really just stamped that you just had a great time. Yeah, I just figured you just having a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I'm blessed, bro. I can honestly say
Nothing.
totally blessed. I'm stress-free.
No tragedies or nothing like that in your life. Man, that's beautiful, man.
I thank God daily, bro. I wake up literally and all soon before my feet touch the ground, I tell God thank you.
Dig that,
because, bro, man.
Dig that. That's
life
beautiful,
is short.
Man. Yeah, that's beautiful.
And we getting older, you know what I'm saying? And I tell all my guys and everything, man, go get checked up, man.
Yeah.
Go to the doctor. If you see something wrong, something itching, something don't feel the same way, I know you want to be a man and be tough and work through it, bro, man. Go get that shit checked out, bro, because
I'm a big advocate.
Bro,
I'm going to get to that doctor.
Anything, itch, scratch, burn, hurt, anything, bro. I'm going straight to the doctor. Yeah, bro.
I go to it, man,
because my father died 3 years ago, and then all of a sudden he started hurting. He went to the doctor, found out he had cancer.
Wow. So you lost your father 3 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of them milestones, brother.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
well,
that's one of them things
you
that,
talking about milestones,
that hit.
Doc,
yeah, that's one of them
22,
impactful moments, man.
22 was rough for me, Doc. I lost
2022.
Yeah, I lost my father and grandmother a month behind each other.
You talking about Miss Betty?
Yeah.
Oh,
Miss Betty died right after my dad died. So like as soon
month
as he died,
apart.
a month apart. I don't want to say a month. I want to say a couple weeks.
Ooh,
like,
boy.
Yeah. So that was
That's
a
tough.
hard month for me, bro. But
Damn. So you was what? At what? That was in your That's 30s. You said this about
that was
3 years ago.
42.
42. Yeah, that's okay. So you're in your 40s at that time.
Yeah.
Damn,
42,
man. Well,
so,
yeah, my condolences. I'm sorry to hear that,
appreciate
man.
that, bro. But
And I don't know why you spoke. When you spoke of your brother, you said was. Is your brother still around?
oh, he's still around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's still around.
I just caught that. I caught that as we were speaking, and I just didn't want to get into it till that time came. But
No, he's not.
I heard you say
He's still
was.
here.
That's what I had to ask.
Yeah. He's still here. But
Okay.
yeah, I lost the pops
Man, and your grandma.
and my grandmama
That's
right
cold.
back to back.
Yeah,
So that was a hard little year that year. So,
yeah, that's a tough one right there. I can imagine, man.
Yeah.
So what about your mother? Your mother's
oh, she's still fine, man. That's my
around.
dog. And
That's
because
what's
of
up.
losing pops, it made me and her extremely closer now.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's all I got. So you
Yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like
Yeah.
you lose a parent,
Yeah, that's deep.
it's different. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
deep,
So
yeah.
she's still
That's
around,
tough,
and me and her, I pretty much go see her every other day to make sure I keep my eyes on her.
That's what's up.
So, but yeah, bro.
That's
So
what's
that was a
up. That's
milestone.
beautiful.
So since you bring that up,
Those are the moments that I really be want to
opened me up.
tap into, because that changed you, man. That changed
Oh yeah.
the whole trajectory of your life sometime. You know what I'm saying? It really can do that, depending on where you were with that person or whoever that was,
Yeah.
what they meant to you. So I know that, like you just speaking of your grandmother, at the
Yeah,
end,
bro.
your pops like them major.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
bro. Yeah.
So I know that took some adjusting for you. You know what I'm saying? Man, like I say, my condolences on that, man. So after going through that, I'm a man. I done dealt with a lot of death in my life, man. So I'm just an advocate for grieving, like grieve properly. Go through what you need to go through.
You got to,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, cuz I was trying to be hard and tough when Pops passed.
Yeah.
So when Pops passed, I was like, okay. Because I have smaller siblings. Like I got a little brother and I got a little sister
Yeah.
that was Pops'
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
So I had to be strong for them because when Pops got sick, I was the one who had to take care of him, had to do
Okay.
everything. So
Okay.
I'm trying to be strong for them. And then I had a homegirl call me and said, Devin, let it go.
Yeah, that's one of
And
the.
I had to go ahead and just.
Hey, you know what, bro? That's one of the worst phrases I can take, though. Like, if you really think about that,
Yeah.
you
Like,
really
how can you
think
let
about
go?
it. No.
Oh, what?
Be strong for them.
Yeah.
Bro, when I tell you that phrase, that's such a contradicting phrase, because it's like I don't really, I can't relate. Like, you being strong for them, but man, it's strength in grieving too. It's
Yeah.
strength in, you know what I'm saying? It's strength in letting it go. And I think that it's necessary for even kids, because I told you I lost my wife to cancer, and my kids were, man, 7, 5, and
Sweet.
1, hers, and
Yeah.
then my other daughter was 3. And not even to get too deep into it, I lost her mom a year to date that I buried my wife. My other daughter that mom let her come stay
For
with me,
real?
man, she died in a house fire. So that's why I said I done dealt with some death
Damn,
in my
bro.
life, man. So,
I'm gonna tell you something crazy though.
yeah.
I was in the middle of a show. I was doing the elixir for Cynthia Daniels when I found out my dad died.
Ooh, we.
So imagine I got to go on stage and perform.
And you know he's sick though.
Just heard he died. Like I got the call right before I was gonna hit the stage.
At the
elixir,
venue.
at the venue, at the event. They called me and said, Mr. Crutcher, I'm sorry to tell you, but your father has just passed. Bro. Just so happened at that time I had my girlfriend with me and I had to give her the phone. So I had my homeboy who played bass for me, Jonathan Raven. I had to go tell him, like, bro, Pops just passed. He like, you all right? I said, nah, I'm all right. That man said, come here, bro. Let this shit go.
Yeah, you had to.
He said, you straight? I said, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Niggas go work. And I went and put on one of the best shows I ever did in my life, bro.
Dang.
To where he was like, bruh, because he plays for Stephanie Mills and a lot of big time artists. He's like, bro, you got the most respect out of me I've ever seen out of anybody. For anybody to get on stage and perform how you just performed after the news you just heard, bro, I salute you forever. So
Man,
that was one of my hardest days, my hardest shows.
Dang, boy.
To hear he died right before I had to hit the stage.
And you kept yourself together through the whole show.
I had to keep myself together.
Everything.
Even Cynthia was like, Devin, that was a hell of a fucking show. Oh my
she
God.
didn't know though.
And I said, Cynthia, my daddy died right before I got on stage. She's like, what?
We.
Oh my God, really? I'm like, yeah. I said, I gotta go. I gotta go. So
you wrapped up and
I
rolled
wrapped up.
out,
Like,
man.
I got that dipped out, bro. But yeah, bro,
That's man.
like,
when I tell you, bro, I done heard some of the craziest responses. Like my boy, I sit down with on here, man, told me his mom passed, and his stepdaddy came in the room and told him, and he got up and went to school.
ain't no way.
Man, but no.
But I understand, but
no, look at what you done.
Like my mama's gonna be different. Like my mama,
Man.
y'all gonna have to come check on me.
Man,
like
nah,
Pops,
bro.
me and Pops was, had
You
an
walked
amazing
on the
relationship, but had to go on
stage,
stage
though.
and had to perform in front of thousands of people.
That right there, that's tough, man. That's like going to school, nigga.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like, man, you jump right in. I mean, in the spotlight.
yeah.
You
And
know
I
what
had
I'm
to hold
saying?
myself up and not break down and think
Yeah,
about it while
and
I'm
it
trying
would
to
have been
entertain
different if
other
you
people.
performing at the church,
Yeah,
where you can share that emotion with the people. But you performing at an elixir,
yeah, bro.
they don't want to hear that about. You know what I'm
Nothing.
saying? They
We
ain't
came here
trying
to
to be
have a good
crying with
time.
you, man. You better come on
I'm
with it.
drunk. I got this liquor in my hand. I'm
Yeah,
trying
they
to
don't
have
want to
feel
hear
good.
that. So
Yeah, bro.
that's what I'm saying. That's the difference in it. Like you wasn't in a safe space
Yeah.
at that time, and for you to be able to get yourself together and do it. Now tell me this: did you, had he been sick for a long time?
It was quick, bro.
So it was quick. But
I
did
think.
you anticipate him dying? I'm gonna say.
I mean, yeah, I could say yes because he told me.
Mm.
He was like, "Daddy, as we call me, Daddy's. I'm about to die." He said because he had to go to the VA.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm his oldest child, so I had to go there and talk to the people and make sure everything was all right. So he already kind of told me
His
the
process.
steps,
Yeah.
but at that time he was still pops. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like he
yeah,
just
yeah.
knew the thing, and then to see him deteriorate is the hardest part. Like
Ooh-wee.
because he ended up having dementia. So he had kidney cancer, and it moved all over his whole body, but
Through his body, yeah.
through all that. But the dementia is what like tore me up, bro.
Because now he ain't
You
who
talking
he
to
was,
him and
yeah.
you hearing him like saying stuff like, my dad in the front room,
Yeah.
cooking.
My
I'm
grandfather had.
like he in there cooking. I'm like, but he been dead. No, in my
You
mind, like
knowing,
he been
yeah.
dead for 10 years. You in there seeing him?
He reliving.
He
though.
reliving all the old stuff they used to have in his life. And it's
yeah.
like, God, bro, and that just
That tore me down. That tore me down with my grandfather being the strongest man I ever knew. Then
Yeah.
to see him just like you say, just basically out of his body and weak, and you're like, hold on, what you talking about? But if you know some of the stories, it's like you can have a full conversation with him from back in that day.
yeah,
My grandfather lived in a little town called Alligator on the way to Cleveland, Mississippi. And if you be like, say something about, man, what's going on in Alligator? And he'll tell a story about that.
that's crazy. I ain't never heard no damn alligator.
Alligator, you see the sign on the way
Alligator.
down up 60, what's that, 61 up the, where you going towards the casino?
Yeah,
While you going, as you going towards Cleveland, Mississippi, it's literally a sign that points to the left. It looks like almost a street sign that points to Alligator.
wow, bro.
Yeah, it's a little bitty, it ain't even considered a town, I'm sure. It didn't have like, what I'm saying, it's just a little space in Mississippi. But if you bring that up, he can relate. But he might forget who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine how that feel,
Yeah, bro.
man. So with you going through that, and I'm gonna tell you, even with me, I was able to say, like my grandfather named L.V. Jones. I was able to literally say, man, L.V. Jones been gone. That helped me because he went through this all the way to a nursing home and then passed.
Yeah,
So me knowing him as the man I knew him as, he was gone. He had stayed with me. We got him treated at Methodist for kidney stones at Baptist,
yeah,
because he's from Illinois too. But he came down here and he stayed with me, and I got to talk him into the shower. You know what I'm saying? Moments like that, like, him not even knowing who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, it's time for you to take a shower, man. Come on, and am I offending you? Like, he's standoffish and everything. So I was able to be at peace when I lost him, in a sense of the man that my grandfather was gone. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the man that I remember. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure, I don't know if that helped with you, but I know that probably made it a little.
nah,
It didn't make it no difference.
nah, because Pops was still Pops, even though he had like the.
So he
mind
was
thing
in and
going
out.
on. He was in and out, and then
Okay.
he was good for a while. Like I ain't gonna say good, but he he was had his little problems, and then I had to put him in a nursing home also, and then when he got there, that's when it started to get a little worse, and then he caught COVID somehow
during that time
while he was there. Yeah, and then that's when everything
it turned
got
for the
worse.
worse. Yeah. Because
Yeah,
that
definitely
COVID
turned for
take
the
that
worse.
immune system down to the bottom, and then trying to be treated with the cancer. That was tough.
Yeah. So that was what kind of hurt him. That's what put him down. So, and then like I said, like maybe a couple weeks later is when I got the call. September 24th, and then October, Granny passed.
Damn. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough.
October 16th. So it wasn't.
Yeah,
a whole
you looking
month.
at about 3
like
weeks.
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
October 16th.
Yeah, that's my dad's birthday right there.
Yeah, bro. So those were pivotal wake up moments in my life that had me be like, okay, all right,
life real.
Life is real now.
Yeah.
Two of the major parts of my life have just left me.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of had me like, okay, let me get on my grind. Let me focus on my music a little bit more. Let me be a better man.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
So
that's what's up, bro, man. That's tough, man. I don't know how we missed that. We had to run. We hadn't got to that yet.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we hadn't got to them 40s, man. That was a tough one, though. Man, we gonna move out of the impact by decade. You done share some real pivotal moments.
Hey, bro, I'm enjoying this.
Real commendable, man.
Go get crying at anything,
hey, man, that's what it's about,
this is
man.
dope.
You touched me because I look just from you talking about Miss Betty, I felt like I had connected with her, man. You know what I'm saying? So just to say, man, to hear that she gone, man, I ain't know that. I didn't expect that, man. So yeah. Again, my condolences, brother. Man, we gonna move up out of it, man, for sure, bro. We gonna get up out of this death, man. We gonna get back into this life, man. Let's get back into this life. Let's see, man. I wanna ask you, man. I think I sent you this as an example of one of the questions, man. Tell me something that you believed as a child that you found out as an adult, man, and it wasn't true.
Everybody loves you.
Yeah.
Like, you always think I was how can I put this? Like, you would think people who are friends, even some family, you would think everyone loves you like you love them. You can't my mom said, you can't expect yourself out of others. So that's the one thing that I know for a fact I've learned, and is that you can't expect everyone to love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's in your life for a season. You might have someone to be around there who has your back for the long term, but then some people are just seasonal. You might get somebody who's only around you for winter, spring, summer, and fall. Everything might be cool, and then when roads get a little rocky, you start seeing them kind of slide away or heading to befriend somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, and then a lot of things are transactional.
Yeah.
A lot of people only rock with you because of what they can get from you. So, as I've gotten older, I've started to realize that.
Yeah.
So
in a nutshell, basically, everybody ain't for you.
Because
love is we gonna get to that. Love is another level.
Yeah.
So of course we know everybody, and then even if everybody love you, everybody love ain't the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we can go into mother and father. Daddy don't love you like mama love you. You know what I'm saying? They have different ones, but they love you. You know what I'm saying? So so in a nutshell, like I said, it's more so everybody ain't for you.
Yeah.
Even though they may be for you for a season.
Yeah.
That don't mean they gonna be there for the championship.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they might switch teams on you. You know what I'm saying? You playing for the Lakers and his ass go over there to the Bulls.
He a free agent. I'm gone.
Yeah, he gone.
I thought everything was
For
good.
real, I thought we were locked in.
I pass you in, get dunks and
Man,
everything. Now you just want to get traded.
Gone. Yeah, for real. I can dig it, man. Another thing I wanted to ask you, man, was to complete a sentence for me, Devin. It's a simple one, but I've heard some crazy responses to it, man. Simply saying it hurts me to see, and you finished that. It hurts me to see.
Memphis, look how it looks now. Meaning, I recall when Memphis was fun.
Yeah,
When we had things that were like the Peabody place, and it was.
yeah,
I could see the growth in the city during that time, where everything was looking up to whereas now things are looking depleted in certain aspects. And like I go to my old hood, and it's like, damn, there used to be a house right there.
wow.
Used to
Now,
be a building
now
right
it's
there.
a different. It's like a vacant spot or
it's
something.
vacancy. So it's almost like, is this what the city has come to? You know what I'm saying? Whereas I love my city, I'm always stand 10 toes down for it. But it's like, I want the best for it, and I hope some things change to where it can improve. And yeah, man, that's the one thing that say this again.
Hurts me to see. It hurts me to see.
That's what hurts. It hurts me to see that because I remember a time like in the 80s and 90s in Memphis was dope.
Yeah.
And like I know you were.
I wasn't here. I ain't get here till 01.
Yeah, see, like in 80s and 90s in Memphis, the club scene was better.
Yeah, it was like that in 01. I can say
Yeah.
that, boy. When
Yeah.
I got here, it was
lit.
jumping, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm
It
saying?
was jumping, man.
like-
I'm telling you.
even with that, like the crime wasn't as bad as it is
Nah,
now. Like
it wasn't.
From even like I said in the 2000s, like I don't recall every day on the news 5 and 6 people getting killed. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that hurts me to see. Is
Hurts
that
you to
'cause
see just where the city headed.
where the city is heading. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I hope some things change, man. I pray that things change because
Yeah,
man.
sure, man. That's a common response to it. Usually might be more. It hurt me to see the young niggas of today, or but all that go in hand in hand. Yeah. It might be the disrespect of the younger generation. All that I done heard different ones.
That's true, bro.
But it's just
this
all of that
generation is
goes
so
hand in hand
crazy,
with
bro.
just where the city headed. You know what I'm saying?
It's so sad, man. Look at these young kids that just don't have respect for themselves, and they don't have respect for themselves. They can't have respect for you.
Ain't no way.
You know what I'm saying? Like I went to my old high school, and I was talking to one of my old teachers, and he was like, "Devin, they are not the same how you guys were. Like when you guys were teenagers, y'all acted like adults." And I'm like, "You know what? You got a damn point. You got a point.
Yeah.
We knew how to carry ourselves. We had our Tommy Hilfiger shirts on and pants up
Man,
and
tucked in. Yeah.
Whereas these little folks got
That was
pants
considered
and-
fly as a
Yeah.
motherfucker back then. Yeah.
Now
That's
kids
the
nappy.
worst thing you can put on. They better not. Oh,
Bruh.
they tuck their shirt. They the lowest
These
nigga on the
lame.
totem pole. Yeah,
you lame. Get your
yeah,
like,
they
bro,
crazy.
like to see folks sag with a belt on to me is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
like you got it up under your
What
butt
they say, that's
cheeks.
diabolical.
That's diabolical, doc. Yeah, man. So it's stuff like that that just makes me like, I
Yeah,
feel so
man.
sad. Like same thing you said earlier. I would hate to have to raise a kid in these times,
boy.
bro, because it's like everything is getting worse.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what
a
I'm saying?
tough
Like, I'm not
time to
seeing
be
anything.
a parent, man.
Yeah,
It's tough.
bro. It's sad,
Yeah.
bro.
I mean, especially like, middle school, teenage. Now you probably can a little kid.
Child,
You all right.
yeah. 'Cause
Little
you can still
toddler, yeah,
mold
you
them
can
a
still
little
mold
bit.
them,
There's
but
no
whenever they
outside
get
influence on 'em.
exposed to that
Yeah.
middle school and that high school, you got a problem.
Yeah, bro.
For real.
Yeah,
For real.
It's like, it's they are so much more advanced than us, but yet
So
so
far
behind.
behind.
Yeah.
Exactly. You said
That's
that perfect.
crazy.
That's it. That's it right there. So, man, moving on, man. Like you said, it hurts you to see them, where the city headed, man. How you feel about? I just got a clip sent to me about the mayor speaking on trying to get like assistance from like the government or the military or whatever because of so many policemen quitting and shit like that. Like, like, do you think it's that extreme, or do you feel like, we should be able to police our own?
Well, we aren't going to be able to do our own selves because if we ain't did it yet, I don't think it's gonna happen. Then how can we? Because these YNs don't care.
They don't.
Like back in our day, we had respect for old people.
Yeah, they don't care about none of that.
Children, they shooting everybody. They don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
and wish you would try to
wish
stop.
You would say something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So trying to police ourselves would be
working.
extremely hard, bro. And then I don't want the government in our business either, because then
they make it hard for everybody. Even the ones that's doing right, like ourselves.
Exactly,
we get caught in the crossfire of it.
So that's a hard one there, bro, because we need it, but I don't want the government to be involved into our situation. But yet, what else can we do?
It might be necessary.
Now, you see them folks got off today, right?
Who?
The folks who killed Tyree.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
That's crazy work.
How could that happen?
How?
That's crazy.
I know if I'm a homeboy who killed George Floyd, I'm mad as hell.
Come on, man.
Because y'all done gave me a life sentence damn near, and these folks on camera beating the brakes off of Tyree, and yet y'all let them go.
They said crazy, not guilty for all three
charges,
of them.
For all charges. I'll tell you this though, the two who pled guilty for the smaller charges mad as hell right now.
Yeah, they mad.
They like,
God
mad. Damn. But that's just crazy, bro. And
that's crazy.
I respect police officers.
Yeah.
I just don't understand, as a black person, male or female, what made you say I want to be a police officer?
Yeah.
Because for the history of them have always been
negative
against us.
Yeah.
So what made you say I want to be a part of that?
Well, in a black city like Memphis, and I'm not making any reason or valid reason for them to want to be a police, but in a black city, I don't even think that they process that same thing, that same thought the same way, because it's a black city.
Yeah.
So of course we in a black city, we'll have black police officers. It's like a natural, the population creates that. Even though we got white ones too, but the majority of everything in Memphis is black.
But I'm gonna tell you the crazy part about that is the worst ones who never pull me over
be the black
ones.
Yeah.
Like the white officers, like, bruh, I've been riding dirty.
They more by the book.
Bruh.
It's the white one gonna go outside the book.
Bruh, I've been riding dirty.
Yeah.
No license, tags bad. Hey man, just be careful out here.
Yeah.
It's another cop up top, so try and go another way, because but everything will be all right, Mr. Crutcher. Have a good one. Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Nigga,
black
man,
dude,
nigga, here go all these tickets, nigga. I'm finna tow your car.
Yeah, I can say that, and going back to even your question, what makes you want to be a cop as a black person? I think a good majority of cops that are black in a black city has a vendetta against black men or black people.
I think so too.
Because, and you can tell the way they police us that they have an issue with their own selves. So it's a lot of self-hate in the police force too. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. And then you got the ones that were weak and they use it as a position of power. Then you got the militant ones that just kind of got the military in them, and they just, like that discipline and structure. And then a career, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you can safely, well, I ain't gonna say safely, you can lock in and retire and have a career out of it or whatever. And then some people are just, the rest of them are just righteous.
Yeah.
You got people that are just righteous that feel like being a police is a righteous thing too. But we definitely have a good majority of them who has the same self-hate as a street nigga or a gang member to another gang member. It's some of that too, for sure.
That's
most definitely. Yeah.
That's so true.
Man, we wrapping it up, brother. I got a couple things a couple words I want to run by you.
Cool.
And then we're gonna close it out. Starting with the word loyalty. Tell me what the word loyalty means to you, man, and how you apply it to your life.
The reason I would say I love that word is because in life you have to be loyal to something. God has always been loyal to you, so you have to find that place and peace within you to be able to be loyal to somebody. And it's kind of hard to require that from others. Like I said, you can't expect yourself from other people.
Yeah.
But loyalty means a lot to me. Like if I rock with you, I rock with you until you show me otherwise. But until then, I'm going to hold you down. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing my father always instilled into me is that, like, you got to be loyal to what's loyal to you. You know what I'm saying? So if I rock with you, I rock with you.
No doubt. No doubt. My next word, man, is going to be, it's a tricky one. Humble. Now, the true meaning of humble, not the Miss Betty probably gave you a version of humble that came from back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That just be which in my from my standpoint, I think that humble meant just be thankful.
Yeah.
Be more appreciative, right? Because we was coming from a bad time as a people, so humble at this point is like you could be back there then getting hung from a tree. So be humble.
Yeah.
Now, the true humble is to dim your light to allow others to shine. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was going to say because I saw I want to say Dame Dash had said that, and I'm like, damn, that make a lot of sense. Like, why I need to be humble for?
Yeah.
Because if I'm shining, God damn it, I'm shining.
Man,
I
let me be.
Dim my light so you can feel comfortable.
Yeah. And that don't mean shit on nobody.
Yeah, I ain't finna shit on you.
Yeah, but man, I'ma shine.
I'ma show my motherfucking fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you agree that humble, it ain't, man, fuck being humble. And then I think somebody, and that could have been Dame Dash, somebody put it in the sense of humble is the opposite of narcissism. So which would you raise your child to be? Like a narcissist is supposed to be all into themselves and stuff like that. Would you want to raise your child to be that? Or would you want to raise no, don't shine. Let them shine. You chill. Don't shine. And I was like, when they put it in that perspective, I'm like, I would much rather raise a narcissist.
Yeah, because I want you to know that you are.
You are the one.
Yeah. Him.
You, him or her. Yes. So why would I tell you different?
Yeah.
Why would I tell you different? And a lot of times, if you teach that to dim your light, those are a lot of the people that are in bad places mentally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Nah, let them be who they are.
Let them shine.
For real.
Let them shine, bro.
I agree, man. So now I always do this. I always separate loyalty and respect. And I do that because I feel like loyalty, like you said, loyalty has that. You have to have something to be loyal to, whether it be a relationship, a commitment, a business endeavor, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, you have to have something to be loyal to. However, respect, you can walk in the room with. They can be on autopilot. You can have respect for everything until something gives you a reason to not respect it or disrespect it.
That's fact, Jay.
So, is that something you agree with,
I
or how you see
agree
about respect?
I totally agree with it. Like respect. You gotta. Is it respect is earned, not given?
Yeah,
but
I think not.
When I step in, I think it's the opposite because you got to respect a person. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like
you give it, and then you have to earn it to maintain it. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Yeah, because
I disagree with
every
that
situation,
dynamic.
everything you got to have some respect for because you never know, bro. But you got to respect.
I think you walk in the room with respect, and I think that to maintain that respect. You know what I'm saying? The individual has to do what they have to do for that, but I think you should automatically give it until you have a reason not to. You know what I'm saying? For sure, man. Man, we're going to get out of them. I think that's all I had really as far as them words, man. But we're going to sum it up with this one, man. Tell me what you got in vision for yourself as a man, outside of your business realm and the entertainment perspective, man. What you got in store for yourself for the next 5 years, just as an individual, man?
Man, as an individual, period, man, I want to be a better me, a better version of me, closer to God. Uh, that's the main thing. I want to be a better version of Devin Crutcher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how I carry myself, how I move, how I treat others. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a cool, relaxed, chill type of guy, and I pretty much stay to myself. But you know what I'm saying? I just want to elevate. Like me, you both, like we've been saying the whole time, it's always about elevation.
Yeah,
And
constantly,
evolution. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you're gonna always have to find a way to move up. You know what I'm saying? So that's my main thing that I'm trying to do for myself for years to come.
Yeah.
Is always be better. You know what I'm saying? Like you never want to be
like stagnant or
stagnant
content.
or
Yeah.
complacent to be in the same
Yeah.
place and just be relaxed. Okay, I'm cool right here, but you gotta always want more, want to know
sure.
better. So that's my
sure.
thing. Like I want to try and invest into some more stuff. I might try and start me a new business or some kind of other venture outside of my music.
I can dig it.
So
I can dig it.
that's my plans. Like I love this podcast. I don't want to
Man,
do
I
a
appreciate
podcast,
it, bro.
but I love this, man. I'm proud of you for how you got this set up, bro. This was a
Man.
dope interview. I done some podcasts, bro, but you didn't ask me questions because normally when folks have me on podcasts, it's always about music. Like they gonna ask me who's my favorite artist, what songs, and we ain't asked none of that. So it's like, damn, okay, so you asked some real questions.
Yeah,
So,
man, for
bro,
real.
I appreciate it.
For sure,
love
bro.
this podcast,
Look,
bro.
check
It's
it
dope.
out, bro. I want you to do this for me then. I
What
need
up?
you to do something for me. And I know you gotta have something for me. I want you to share with the people, man, something I didn't ask that you want them to know. Like something that you want to leave with where like if you don't know nothing else about Devin Crutcher, know this.
Shit, cuz I spit all my beans, nigga. Everything that came out this podcast. That's what I'm saying.
Straight up.
Dog, I put everything on the table. I'm trying to think of something that a lot of people don't know about me that I don't know, maybe a few is that I'm also an artist. I paint, draw, do all that type of stuff. So
For real?
I'm really into the arts. Like and I get that from Pops. Cause
See, I didn't know
he was
that
a
about
painter.
you.
Yeah,
So you
bro.
so do you do this on just more personal?
At this moment it's just personal. Like a couple years ago I was actually doing paintings and selling them. And I
Okay.
had people ask me like, when you gonna start back painting? It's like, painting is so emotional. Like you gotta have the time, and painting is more so about a feeling.
Yeah, that's what I was
Like,
just
I
gonna
just
say.
can't-
You have to get in
Yeah,
that
you
zone.
gotta get into
I'm
it
sure.
to actually be able to do. You just can't just say, okay, let me paint something today and it
Yeah,
come out
yeah,
good.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
gotta really sit, think, and hear some music and vibe out, smoke a blunt or something, and
Yeah,
then
and then you feel that
get-
energy and
yeah,
get to it.
but
Yeah. That's actually good though because I
Yeah,
didn't know
bro.
that about you, bro. I didn't know you were
Oh,
an
yeah,
artist,
bro.
man.
Yeah, man. I've been drawing was actually before singing.
Okay.
Because as a kid, I used to always doodle, and then my pops could draw. So
Okay.
when you see your father always
It came
sitting there, and you like,
natural,
oh,
yeah.
I'm trying to do it too. So that's where that come from.
Dig that.
But yeah, man. So that's one thing about me that a lot of people really don't know. Outside of me stuttering,
Yeah,
because a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
folks are like, because when I tell people, they're like, I ain't know you stuttered
Couldn't
until
even
they,
tell.
until they
Yeah.
actually sit and talk to me for a long period of time. Then I probably end up stuttering or something. But outside of that, bro, you done get everything out, doc.
For real,
Yeah,
that's
man,
what's
yeah,
up, man. That's a
You get
beautiful
me?
thing,
Yeah,
man.
bro, I love that.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, real quick, what's in store for the music? We're gonna just say for the next 3. We ain't gonna take it out 5.
Okay,
5 is a little too far. I want to say the next 3. Do you got any
Bruh.
anything coming out?
Yeah, bro, I'm working, cause I ain't gonna lie to you. For the last couple of years, I've been extremely lazy.
Lazy?
Yeah, I've been lazy,
Hold
bro.
on, man.
Yeah.
You been booked and busy from the what the fuck I done seen, man.
See, that's what.
Hold on.
lazy as far as recording.
Okay. I'm
Lazy
gonna
as far as
say, man,
recording.
booked and
that's-
busy more
and
than
that was
ain't
part of
nothing
the
like
reason
lazy.
why I wasn't recording, because I was always singing somewhere. I'm always performing. So when I'm constantly singing at all these clubs, if I ain't got to sing, goddamn it, I ain't finna go sing nowhere. I don't have to.
Yeah.
So now I got some time off, and I got a partner of mine, and me and his name is Reggie Edwards. So me and him has been working on an album, and so far it's coming out real dope. Like I got some heat to where it's not like a lot of the artists that's here songs, cause a lot of folks here are kind of sliding towards Southern soul.
Okay,
more than R&B.
yeah. Okay,
So
I get it.
I got R&B. Like I'm doing
You
pure
sticking to
R&B.
the script.
I'm sticking to the script. You know what I'm saying? So I'm bringing some R&B back into the city. So
Okay.
it's dope, bro. Like
So do we have a predicted release date, or
man,
or
honestly,
is it just
I don't
cooking?
have a. We cooking.
Just
Like,
cooking right now.
man,
It ain't. We ain't gonna tell
I'm
you
in
when
the
it's
kitchen.
done. It's just in the kitchen cooking.
It's in the kitchen cooking, doc.
Okay,
I got the
I
pots,
like
the
that.
pans, and everything. They bubbling
like
right now.
that.
They really bubbling, and I'm excited about it because I'm very excited about this project. Like I think people going to actually like it. Especially it's going to be a good look for the city, because we really haven't had R&B artists come from here in a while. That's R&B
For sure.
The only other person that I can say that came from here that did well was Jay Howell.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, he went to Atlanta and everywhere else to kind of
to
put
blow
his stuff out. Yeah, so but yeah, man, I'm excited about it. I
That's
want y'all to look
what's up,
out
man.
for it. If you go on my Instagram and Facebook, I do little snippets of my songs as soon as I record them, so I can hear the reactions of people.
Okay.
Everybody been rocking with them. Like I had a lot of folks saying, "Bruh, this is gonna be dope." So I'm excited about it. You know what I'm saying?
So do you plan on doing it, staying independent with it, or you plan on?
I'm gonna stay independent with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These days, trying to sign with a label really isn't the way to go, because you have so many platforms to get your music played
For
that
sure.
you really don't even need that. Now, it's always good to have that machine behind you to elevate you, to take you to that next level, to get you the videos. Well, I can't say videos no more, because you can get. I can get some cameras and do the same thing. So you know what I'm saying.
Real
so
talk.
now, that's why record labels started at 360 now, because we really don't need them. You know what I'm saying? Because I can just go on Distro Kid or whatever and put all my music on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all that, without even having
nobody,
a major label behind me. It's just be me.
So,
So,
real talk.
Yeah,
so you just got to do your own promoting and marketing.
Promoting and marketing. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only key to doing it. So you got. That's why I tell every artist who I try and help is like, you got to build relationships with people. You got to know how to market yourself and build relationships, bro. Because I might need you to
whatever
do something. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever,
so it's always about relationships.
And we locked in, so it's
locked.
like, if I'm able, we gonna make it happen for real.
So that's the main part about anything in business, period, bro. You got to build relationships with people. That's why I tell folks, man, it costs you nothing to be nice to folks.
Yeah.
Being nice to people and staying to your word open up a lot more doors than your talent will.
Real talk.
Like a lot of folks think, because you can do runs, you can do all that type of shit, but if you as a person, and folks don't rock with you,
your run's gonna run out.
Yeah,
your run's gonna run out, buddy.
Like a lot of folks always ask me, Devin, how's it that you work so much? Like, bro, I've been singing since professionally. I got over making a band in 2007, so 2010, I've been gigging. I ain't had a job since 2010. I ain't punched nobody clock. I ain't had to really worry about bread.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's been coming.
Talent.
For my talent and building relationships. Like promoters, club owners,
they
radio
know
stations. I'm
yeah.
cool with everybody. I make sure I have a relationship with them. So when something comes up, I got somebody who I can call. I got somebody I can call for you. I can do this. I got somebody. Devin, come on. So it's all about, bro. It's all about relationships. You gotta be cool.
No doubt.
Be nice.
I
be
totally
kind.
agree,
Be nice.
bro.
Smile. Goddamn
For
it, you don't
real.
gotta be mad and hard all the goddamn time.
Yeah,
Smile.
don't be hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look here, brother. I want to say, man, I wish you the best in all your future endeavors,
Man, I
man.
receive it. And I
And
do the
it's-
same for you, cuz.
For sure, man. It's been an honor and a pleasure to chop it up with you, bro.
Anytime you want me to come back, Doc, cause
Yeah.
I
We
rock
gonna
with
run
this.
it. We gonna run another one. You know, I like to let it build, and a little time go by. A couple of them goals you be done met.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then we'll come back and recap
Bro.
and see where this at, where this went. The album after the album
Yeah,
drop. You know
Doc.
what I'm saying? That type of vibe, man.
I
But
dig it.
I wish you the best, brother, man. It's been an honor and a pleasure to sit here and chop it up with you, man. I don't know if I can do anything to help whatever you got going. If nothing else, I'm coming to pull up and check you
It's
out
all
when you
good,
rock it. You
cuz.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if anything I can do, man, or be a part of what you're doing, man, I would be honored to, man. And if it's nothing else, man, that concludes another episode of Beyond the Clientele. I'm your host, J1, J100, or Mr. So 100, because I do it the So 100 way. And shout out to my brother, man, the big dog, Devin Crutcher in the building.
Yeah, man.
Till next time.
Thank y'all.